we all know that games journalism is just a mess, right? And I use the term journalism. Well, I don't. I use the term blogger. We have a bunch of bloggers in the video game space. We have people who they're not journalists. They have no background in journalism. They don't know how to do real, true journalism. But Kotaku, Polygon, these outlets, they are also infiltrated by activists. And this has been a reoccurring theme that we've seen over and over again. But now there's a pushback from a former Kotaku and IGN editor who is calling for video game developers and publishers to condemn gamers for opposing the woke ideology. So if you don't like it, you're a part of the problem, says this person.
I'm a part of the problem. Blabs told me that the other day.
Yes, yes, Wicked is part of the problem, guys.
For sure.
So this person.
Well, I'm an idiot. I just realized I did not have my fucking my mic on. But I'm gonna restart that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. Let me. Okay, sorry. So let me restart the whole thing, even though I just fucking like a dumbass, just completely no one could hear. But anyway, but that's the one thing about having no viewers, no one's watching you. But anyway, hey everybody, I'm Joe. I'm the BizarreStar. I am a cold detective hunter and pretty dabbler in the dark arts. And again, it's another journalist goes completely crazy and tries to turn on gamers. It must be a day that ends in Y. But yeah. But let's watch this.
Know that games journalism is just a mess, right? And I use the term journalism.
I understand.
Well, I don't. I use the term blogger. We have a bunch of bloggers in the video game space. We have.
I looked. I was watching. What was it? Chrissy Mayer, and she was I guess interviewing Razor Fist, and they were talking about Mercante. I looked at her IMDb, or not her IMDb, her LinkedIn. I could probably look it on it too. Essentially, she does not seem to have any degree. She has like some type of feminist degree, so bullshit. I didn't see anything regarding what's it called? Regarding journalism. But let me see. Let me see if I can find her LinkedIn. Because this person has to have something, right? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Where do they? Newcastle University. Do they? Let me see. Hold on. We're going to do a little tangent. We're going to get a little bit of a sidetrack here. Didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. I was actually trying to make another tab. And boom. Oh, do I have to sign in with something? Oh, you have to sign in. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm not doing all that, but sadly, okay. Well, I'll look it on this other tab since that has all my signed in information. Let's see. Experience. Okay, senior editor Kotaku, obviously. Future, whatever the hell. The editor at Games Radar. Staff writer. All right. Associates. Editor. Let's see what she did in at her Newcastle University. Robinson Library provided roving staff with 4 libraries, which included organization of library stacks. Customer also she did library crap, freelance writing, substitute teacher. Oh dear God, being her fucking student. Ugh. Receptionist. It doesn't say anything. I don't know if it's. Oh, here we go. Education. Let's see. Master's degree, modern contemporary literature, distinction, activities, societies, postgraduate ambassador, member of Synosticism chair, gender. I don't see anything. Okay. Oh God. Okay. My degree, while focused on contemporary literature, allowed me to direct my attention to and research of queer theory, anti-normative modes of living, and social justice and human rights activism. I wrote my, oh my God, I want to throw up just reading this. I wrote my dissertation on queer approach to the modern independent video game to connect with indie games to the queer punk movement in the 1980s. Oh, I'm not reading all that either. Okay. Binghamton, whatever the fuck. University, bachelor's in fine arts. She got a GED at Farmingale High School. Oh, so she didn't get a degree. She had a GED. She didn't get a diploma, so she didn't. Okay, interesting. Dog walk. Okay, funny. I'm looking at her education, and I don't see anything that says journalism at all. Huh. Okay. That's really interesting. Anyway, yeah. she's not a journalist. She doesn't have any journalism. She's not a real journalism. Anyway, sorry. That was a bit of a tangent, but let's go.
People who they're not journalists. They have no background in journalism.
No.
They don't know how to do real true journalism. But Kotaku, Polygon, these outlets, they are also infiltrated by activists. And this has been a reoccurring theme that we've seen over and over again. But now there's a pushback from a former Kotaku and IGN editor who is calling for video game developers and publishers to condemn gamers for opposing the woke ideology. So if you don't like it, you're a part of the problem.
Condemning a good chunk of your audience. Yeah, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out.
Says this person.
I'm a part of the problem. Blabs told me that the
Oh
other
my,
day.
apparently.
Yes,
So
Wicked is
evil
part
and
of the
hate-filled.
problem, guys.
For sure.
So this person, Kate McDonald, who I guess
E-I-E-I-O.
now currently goes as Kiza McDonald, I guess.
dear
They
Sounds cooler
they-
for the kids, maybe. Like, I'm
I
Kiza.
guess.
I'm cool. I'm hip.
Yes.
It sounds like Cheesa. I'm Keeza. I'm
does.
Cheesa.
Kiza sounds like a type of cheese.
Well, this person created this article
or
for
type of lotion. Something you get from the pharmacy.
The Guardian. It says the anti-woke campaigning that kicked off a few months ago is still rolling on. The language may have changed a little since Gamergate, but the intention behind it has not. Forgive my simmering rage, but I've seen this way too many times before.
Yeah, they
So
are
she-
not paid enough to feel that harsh. They are not paid. Their pay
Feel that
grade
harsh.
could not be high enough to feel that intensely about this. I mean, ugh.
The simmering rage from
The
Kiza
simmering rage.
McDonald here.
How
Oh,
long
I'm
until she
trembling in my
privates her tweets?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's already done.
Oh, she did it already.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go.
Like I say, let's look at Kiza McDonald. Let's Kiza McDonald. Probably not gonna. I don't even think I spelled it right, did I? No, it's not gonna show it. Sorry, another tangent, because apparently this thing will not. Let's see. I don't even think I spelled it right. Oh, well, there we go. Twitter. And oh, they went back. They're back. Oh God, she has a son. Jesus Christ. That poor kid has no fucking chance. Ugh. Anyway. Back.
Of course.
They came
she
back,
feels
I
so
guess.
strongly about it that nobody can respond to her, which is
Right, her
which is
simmering rage has to take over the comments.
Yeah.
Mm.
it's just spectacular, really. She goes in and Savvy, who has been on the show several times, just brilliant in her her ability to dissect people. She says comments instantly disabled, simmering rage, a state someone exists in because they are juvenile and lacks a mature brain, right? And
Facts.
yeah, she's not wrong, not wrong.
No.
She said, and as stated in this, the language has changed. This is from the article. The language has changed a bit in the past decade. They used to be upset about SJWs or social justice warriors. Now they've taken issue with a different acronym, DEI,
Initialism. You should know that.
diversity, equity, and inclusion, or just good old woke. But the sentiment of this group is the same. Games are for us and for only us. If you want games to change or to tell stories outside the straightforward male-oriented power fantasies that we grew up with, then well, that's not allowed. We won't stand for it. In fact, we will try to aggressively harass you out of this space entirely.
That's a fucking lie, of course. I mean, it's their go-to. It's like, oh, you just admit you hate men. Just to hate, you hate women. Just admit you hate minorities or something. It's their only fucking weapon they have now. Unfortunately, it's not working. We know it's not working. It's kind of like a basic. Oh, if you hate this, you hate women. Oh, if you hate, if you don't like the Acolyte, it's because you're a racist and a sexist. No, it's because it's not very well written and it sucks. It's funny that they keep talking about, things have, they haven't really changed. Yeah, for y'all. Not really for us either. Yeah, because it's another thing that still exists. You just changed it up. A lot of these SJWs essentially became part of the DEI movement because they moved up in those industries because they knew each other and everything. So, no, it hasn't changed. But they haven't changed. What we want hasn't changed. Quality, better things, transparency and whatnot. But yeah, they haven't really. They just keep using different words, but they still use the same tactics. They send death threats. They're the ones who are calling people's wives and people's jobs and whatnot to get them fired. They still do this. Of course, they'll never tell you this. They'll always deny it.
I think this is such a bland, boring statement because you see games like, look, we can do the whataboutism, but at the end of the day, nothing about this is true. The idea of straightforward male-oriented power fantasies. I love that we're getting a new Zelda game where you play as Zelda.
Exactly.
I love playing as Samus in Metroid.
Of course.
I love. Chun-Li is my favorite Street Fighter character.
I like playing as Jury,
right?
Yeah,
even though I suck at the game.
Just gonna say, men usually, especially in like games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, they play the women. Growing up, my cousins, my brother, they all played the women because they were, I don't know. I mean, obviously, probably they like to look at it, but like they're, as far as a fighting.
I have gladly, on many occasions, played female characters in horror. That's like a lot of them. Jill, Claire, I mean, a Heather from Silent Hill, a Jennifer from Clock Tower. Like, this is not a whole. That we are not afraid of playing female characters. We're afraid that you fucking don't know how to write female characters. This is I guess it's like it's such a lazy fucking statement. You just hate women. You just hate blah blah. You just hate this. You just hate that. No, because then of course that's the go-to. It's essentially a new version of Godwin's law, which I don't even think is technically what it is. What I think it is. Basically, if you have to call someone a Nazi or a Nazi, you essentially lost the argument. Because that's what's essentially it's become. It's become the new Godwin's law. Call someone a racist or a sexist because you've automatically lost the argument because you can't actually make a compelling argument as to why someone dislikes it or why you can't defend yourself. You can't defend anything at all. You have to go to a personal attack. And I've always learned in debate, if you have to go to a personal attack, you've lost. That's it. It's amazing that they think this is still acceptable.
Game, a lot of them were better. Like their moves were better, more interesting. That's so, and it's funny that they want to aggressively harass you out of the space, but they're the ones that you can't respond to them, like because they're so bothered by your opposing opinion. It's ridiculous.
I'm saying they're the ones who do it.
Do you, Mally, your thoughts on this just in general? Because I look at this lady, this her here, Kiza McDonald, and when you look at her profile over on X, I mean, I think it really says everything you need to know about this. Number one, pronouns. Right,
Shocker.
that tells you everything right there.
The dead
And a
girl.
rainbow. And a rainbow.
And the rainbow. Right.
Yeah.
But I feel, you know, we talk about there's representation all the time. We need more representation. We need represent. I feel like in the video game blogger sphere, whether it's Kotaku, The Guardian, pick an outlet, there's an over representation of pronouns and rainbows that
Always
doesn't reflect real life. And then in turn, they get back into their bubble and that's all they know. So when something is different, that's where you see them pushing back.
Yeah, no, I think that is 100% it. And yeah, I just made a video about the Mario character, that one background Mario character that's actually trans. It's like
Vivian.
the purple ghost thing is one of the
Oh, Vivian. Yeah, Vivian is technically a femboy. That's essentially literally what he is, but they made it trans. There's something weird about the fact of wanting to push character who a ghost trans, but I'm not gonna say that because of TOS.
bad guys.
Even more so on a character like Bridget, you know, the one who's from Guilty Gear, the one whose backstory is her parents Bridget's parents forced them to dress up as a woman. Kind of. So it was a choice. It was their choice. I'm really kind of scattering my words here so I don't get in trouble, but you know what I mean. Really know how to pick them, don't you guys?
It's like all of these things that's shoved into random corners no one actually cares about. I saw somebody put it in a comment and I really agreed with it, so I'm repeating it here. But basically, they commented on my Mario video and said, "What happened to making Dumbledore gay?" And I loved that comparison because it was like no one knew that he was gay through like all of, if not a majority of the books. And then that kind of just aftermath in some interview and some side thing just was like, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, he's gay. And then it was like, oh, yeah, he's never had a partner. So it makes things make sense. That's fine. You can add context, but making it the whole story, going back and making it the whole personality is what's killing them. I mean, you were mentioning female characters in games that are your favorite. I mean, Sheik is one of my favorites, / Zelda is one of my favorites from Smash, personally. And I mean, also growing up, I only wanted to play the dudes.
Sorry.
Some of my favorite games growing up had dude male characters, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, all of these things, Sly Cooper. I don't really give a shit what the gender is. I just want a cool game. You know, I wasn't thinking about, oh,
no one ever cared. No one ever fucking cared. Nobody playing video games back then cared. And it's amazing that these journalists like to try to twist history and make it seem like we do. That's the thing. They want to revise history and say this was a big fucking thing, that guys didn't want to play as girls, when you literally have fucking characters like Lara Croft, like Samus, like Zelda, all these fucking characters. Again, Jill Valentine, Claire, and just pretty much name any fucking female character in here, no one really had a problem with. I believe they did a whole little study with the Mass Effect trilogy. The character that people chose to play as the most was the female Shepard. I don't know what to tell you. It's amazing that they keep trying to openly lie and pretend that people have a problem with playing as female characters when we don't. Just don't make it their whole fucking personality. Make them an interesting character. But they don't know how to do that. That's the problem. And they know they don't. So they have to deflect. They have to fucking say, oh, of course play the race card, the sexism card. It's all they got.
Oh, Jack's a dude. I was like, dude, Daxter's cool. And like, we have Eco and we have da-da-da-da-da. And I was talking about the game. I wasn't worried about the gender of the character I was playing. They're so focused on being inclusive. And like you said, it is lopsided. It's not representing accurately. It's the same thing how we were talking about earlier about how, oh, we have one white guy, we're diverse. No, you're actually like wildly misrepresenting real life. If you want to be accurate, at least in the United States, you'll have a lot of Latino and a lot of white and a little bit of everything else.
Even
I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but that's what we are. That is the fact of what America is. We are a majority white and Latino with a little bit of everything else. And
Mhm.
yeah, those fluctuate and grow, but that's what it is. So don't act like you're misrepresented because numbers can't lie to you. Okay, math can't hurt your feelings. Statistics are telling you the truth. And what they're telling you is you're probably a minority or probably of the majority. Those are the two options.
Math is racist and sexist. There you go. That's what they
And they don't make you special either way.
It's funny you mentioned that the idea of being special. I think you actually had a really really good tweet about that. On your somebody pointed out a tweet from you.
Oh yeah, they clipped my Rumble stream. I think they commented it on your guys' post. Yeah.
Here it is right here.
Uh-oh.
I hate and love every single person equally. I
Same.
equally don't give a fuck about anyone. You're not special.
Yeah.
But they are, Matt. Like they're so special. And if
To
you
their
don't-
mommies.
to their
Not
mommies.
to me. Maybe to their therapist.
Like,
to
what do
their
I care?
mommies, but not to me. And they don't need to be. They shouldn't need my validation to survive.
Yeah, you're both pieces of shit, and I can prove it mathematically. There you go.
Yeah. That sounds like a personal problem. That's the thing with them is they need validation from people that they claim to hate, but they're just so focused on frothing at the mouth over your take on something. I can't imagine.
How very Homelander too, which is kind of funny. I remember seeing that little thing about what was it when like the writer or people were like, "Ugh, you didn't know they were making fun of right wing people." It's amazing because half these people are so fucking who probably get all snidey about that little comment are probably the type of people who are very much like Homelander. Is that they don't like us, but they are so desperate for our approval.
Imagine getting so mad because someone doesn't like a show that I like and just like flying off the handle. Like, I don't care if you don't like the shows that I like or the movies that I like. It's so these people, I can't relate to just the hate that they live their life in. It's got to be exhausting, honestly. Kind of feel bad for them in a way.
Truthfully. Yeah.
I think you nailed it, man. There's so much hate in their heart. And that's the saddest thing. And then they project it out and they say, look at all these people who hate me. And like we do, the reality is that nobody cares. Like nobody cares.
No.
Like just don't shove it in our face. That's it. That just don't
Yeah,
put it in
exactly.
Our face. Nobody cares.
I don't. That's it. That's perfectly right. Holy shit, Craig. There you go. You hit the nail on the head. No one fucking cares. But it's not my problem. But when you freaking won't shut up and that's all you talk about, you start to make it my problem. Stop it. Live your fucking life.
And you're right. There's just so much hate and so much angst. And these people.
Well, they're angry because we don't care. And they think that like they want to be special, but they're angry that we don't care. And that makes them annoyed that we don't care enough.
People are broken. And the one thing that they have is their pronouns, and this is how I identify. And
yep,
this
anything
is
to
what
feel
I
special.
like to do with in bed. It's like nobody gives a shit. Please don't tell me about it. I really don't care. But Blabs, you got anything on that before we move on?
No, I agree with you guys. It's all shit.
All right, sounds good.
Great,
All right.
great way to put it.
All right. Yeah, that's perfectly sound. I don't. Of course, they're gonna keep doing the same thing. They're gonna keep trying to revise history, make it seem like, and of course, use the same fucking tactics. It's fucking ridiculous. Unfortunately, thankfully, we're gonna keep calling them out on it. Keep calling people out on it. It's the only way. It's the only thing you can do. Anyway, I personally do not know much when it comes to Dark Side Phil. I've only looked at a little bit of things. Yes, I know about the whole spanking it on stream. I've watched that little Down the Rabbit Hole, which seemed to be more, if I'm not mistaken, this was a while back, but that seemed more gravitated toward his little controversy about, there was apparently some lady who was pretending, and her husband or something, that were pretending to be an escort in order to get money from him. Like they said, like they claimed that they were pretending to be an escort who Phil had hired, and they were like blackmailing him or some shit, I guess. I believe that was it, essentially, that they were lying and whatnot. And I'm also aware of the Side Scrollers interview, the 5-hour Side Scrollers interview. I listened to it a little bit today, just to kind of get a feel about it. Again, I think I don't think I'm halfway through it, but aside from Only thing I really could gather is he doesn't really seem to answer any of the questions. Kind of agrees when Adam called him out on his bullshit. And interesting. If you want to have a drinking game, watch that interview and take a shot every time he mentions that he's been streaming for about 50 or making content for about 15 years. I guarantee you're going to be sloshed within the first hour. But anyway, I think back to that interview and talking about being on level 1. So we're going to see like how he does not progress. He does not evolve. And maybe we'll watch the little thing about him going up. Him going a little cuckoo again. I know Side Scrollers did another little clip of him. But let's I guess let's look at how he got here and why he'll never leave level 1.
Supposed to be a fantastic Mr. Sound video. This was
also, considering I'm still kind of, I guess, trying to find an audience. I guess this is a good little cautionary tale. And maybe some other people who are trying to make some content.
an experiment that grew. But the next one that's a bit more like my other ones is coming. God knows when, but it's coming.
I do working man content. If I'm like, oh wow, that's pretty interesting, right? It's almost like I'm the blue collar YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I don't know if you can call yourself the blue collar YouTuber if you do this for a living. Sorry, I'm just taking a drink of water. Not to pull rank, but I'm just saying, I still have a job, a 9-to-5. This is not my full-time. This is not my job at all. I don't make money off YouTube or Twitch or anything at all. This is just, at this point, it's just a hobby, and that's a good place to be, I guess, right now. I would love to, but, you know, right now, it's just me dicking around, but I would say I'm more of a blue collar than you. You do this for a living. I can't, from what I've seen, it seems like maybe his wife brings home the bacon more than he does. I don't know what the fuck his finances are. I heard about the whole WWE champions. I've heard the fallout regarding that and everything, but yeah. Sorry, you're not the blue collar YouTuber. I'd say I'm more than that. Mine is literally working class. Working class detective, occult detective.
like I'm the guy who
That is not, because that's not kayfabe. I still work.
puts in the work, and the only reason that I'm able to succeed is because I put in the work, as opposed to the person who uses every little gimmick, every tactic. Oh, the sponsorship, the exclusive, getting the game early, kissing butt, making money on exclusive partnerships and shit, using the clickbait title, using the thumbnail, collaboration with everyone, signing with promotional companies. You know what I'm saying? In terms of content creation, someone who busts their ass every day, putting out tons of content and doing the hard work, doing their kind of work, as opposed to doing the things that make you popular and rich and happy and celebrity, which I don't do, right? Which would be the white collar work for a content creator.
No, Phil, you're not a blue collar worker. A better analogy would be this. You're that guy that works with the blue collar workers. Maybe your parents are the directors of the company and they just got you a job to get you out.
I guess I completely misunderstood the term when he meant like blue collar worker in this, but still. I too have gotten sponsorships. I turned them down myself. Mostly because it's not really stuff I care about. A lot of it's from Streamlabs, and they're pretty much all just mobile games. I pretty much said this before. I don't like mobile games. I don't really play them. I feel like even if I did have an audience, it'd be a little disingenuous to try to shill a game I don't play, and nor do I have any interest in playing. I've done clickbait before. I completely did that. I did it with the whole Offkai thing regarding Kirsha, and I put, was it justified, just to see if anybody would actually get all pissy about it. I got people who just said, no, she didn't. And that's kind of how it did. I got a lot of views, but you know, that's also kind of why I don't really talk about Kirsha. I know a lot of followers came because I was talking about her. I don't really have a lot of interest in everything she talks about, and that's kind of why I'm more hesitant to really have any videos with her. Because I don't want people to just come here just to watch me react to her stuff. That's not really what I want to make my content about. In fact, I probably should start making it more what I really want it about. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing some of these little hardworking gimmicks at times.
the house. I don't know, you work at the company and nobody knows why anymore. You
Yeah.
coast by doing the bare minimum and you clock out dead on 5:30 every day. You're not innovating, you're not bringing anything new to the table, and left to your own devices, you're a liability. And when that day finally comes and you're inevitably left in charge and your business starts to fail, you'll say you have no idea why and blame everyone but this guy.
Yourself.
What the fuck? I've only been regularly keeping up with Phil since just before he got kicked out of Twitch's partnership program.
Hateful slurs.
Previous to that, all I knew of Darkside Phil was Evil AJ's MGS3, This Is How You Don't Play, some Tevin stuff, and that Frederick Knudsen video.
Yeah.
However, in that relatively short space of time, it's clear to me at least that he's experienced a regression. The complete opposite of what he would want to be happening, and you would think
I don't know if he's going to talk about the interview on Side Scrollers, but I hope so.
worrying for his business. So what's going on? Well, without the full history lesson, DSP has gone from being YouTube royalty to finding out what it's like to be a small streamer just making their way in the world of Twitch or YouTube. When you're just starting out, you might have got yourself a small, dedicated following that turns up to every stream. You may even curate your content for them. This is all very similar to what DSP says he does these days, and I know he'll never change, and all this is pointless to say, but if I was him, I'd be asking myself, do you want to stay at that level? If you're not looking to make a career from streaming, then great. If, however, you are looking to take things to the next level, then maybe you should start thinking about how you can improve your situation.
Oh my god, what is this? Where am I? Oh, come on. There was nothing I could do about that.
At the moment, DSP
Interactive.
has roughly 200 to 300 people watching on an average stream. It's not unusual to see around 500 to 600 in on his morning stream.
The hell?
That then dips down pretty
That-
sharply
is it
as
fucking
soon
up?
as he's finished his pre-stream. Then on the night stream, it'll normally be around 250-ish. This can obviously fluctuate
Okay, that was weird.
depending on factors like whether or not it's a new game or, you know, drama. But the few people you do see chatting are generally the same core fan base that have somehow stuck around long enough to know what not to say or don't mind being yelled at when they step out of line. What irks me about this is the relationship is completely one way. Never have I heard of Darkside Phil's name popping up in another streamer's chat or a comment on a YouTube video. And never have I heard of Phil paying back any of his loyal fans for any of their fan art or branding. It's always about what you can do for him and not the other way around.
Whatever you're getting out of my content, I'm getting out of you guys being supportive and being chill and being an awesome audience, you know, with my stuff too. Please understand that. It definitely is, it goes back and forth. It's not just a one-way deal. It's definitely both ways.
Oh, and don't get me started on networking. Even the big name streamers will occasionally stream with other people.
Do you think that it's people being lazy or is streaming starting to change for the worse? See, I don't know because I don't watch other streamers, so I don't know what you're saying. Honestly, like, I don't know. If you had an example of a streamer who's doing that and what they're doing and you would like me to comment on a specific situation, in general, I don't know what to tell you. No, I don't know who XQC is. Who's XQC? I never heard of him.
2002?
I never heard of him. I never heard of him.
Go back.
If this guy XQC took a diarrhea, a big diarrhea stinky dump in his toilet and made loud noises through his house and live streamed it, it would probably be the top rated thing he ever did.
Huh?
Or the name sounds a little familiar, but I don't know who that is. I tell you guys, I don't watch like other people's content. I don't know who the hell that is. I just did what I did. I'm seriously, I didn't watch other content creators. I had no like awareness. Well, maybe they're different from me. I don't know. I don't watch other content creators, but I appreciate your kind words and your support. Thank you. Captain Molargy did another super chat basically saying Dr. Disrespect sent another streamer named Scrump a signed vest because he did some challenge or something.
That sounds nice. I know there's some news regarding this type of disrespect. I don't know if I don't really want to talk about that, mostly because it seems to be all a complete muddled mess. And so I don't. It's gonna take a while to traverse through that shit.
How is that hard to understand? Well, I don't know who Scrump is, so I didn't know that's what you meant. I also don't understand why another streamer would want a piece of merch from a different streamer. You're like saying, well, do I want a signed headband from Ninja? No. I don't want anything from fucking Ninja. What the fuck do I care about him for? Why the fuck would I want anything from him? Fucking shove it up your ass. I don't want that.
I mean, it's not unheard of to want stuff from other content creators. I know, like, I don't watch too many content creators. Not because I don't. Well, I mean, I watch other content creators like on YouTube streaming. I feel a little bad at times when I watch watching other people like say Kirsha or Pippa or anybody other streamers and whatnot, because I kind of feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I should be trying to focus on my work, on everything. It's even more so because they're so completely different from what I want to try to do. But there are other people I will watch. It's just like I don't know. It's just I feel kind of bad. Like I should not be doing that. I should be doing more focusing on my work. I know it sounds really weird when I'm muddling my words up, but I don't know. I feel like I should not be trying to, I guess, look and see what they're doing. Even though that sounds really fucking silly. I'm slowly trying to come back to watching a lot of other streamers and streamers and other content creators, but it's slowly.
I don't care. You know, a fan of them might want that. Well, I'm a content creator myself. Why would I want merch of another content creator? Selling you all day.
I mean, like, I know Pippa has like a bunch of HoloLive stuff, so it's not that bad. It's all right to have fucking merch of people you like.
I said maybe other streamers aren't toxic like you. No, I think other streamers just like to suck each other's dicks or something. Like, why the hell would I
or
want...
makes connections. I mean, it's not really a stroke on, maybe because again, maybe they like one content creator likes the other one. They think they would gel well together. It's not hard. I'm a little hesitant to ever ask any other creators one because I'm so small. I don't really have. I don't feel like I have a really big following, despite having my having a subscription count go up really high. But I don't know if any of those people actually watch.
Merch from another streamer. Like, it literally makes no sense at all. You are a streamer. You make content. You want people to tune into your content. Why would you want someone to send you a piece of their merch signed? Right?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What are you talking about?
You realize that's your competition, right? Like,
no,
what are you talking about?
Not necessarily.
Like, and by the way, no disrespect to Dr. Disrespect. He's a guy who has a huge fan base. People like what he does. They like his character or whatever. So good, more power to him. I actually have no problem with him. But if he was like, oh, I heard that DSP guy is a cool content creator, I'm going to send him a signed vest, I'd be like, no, please don't. In fact, why don't you take that thing and do the floss with it on your naked body? Because I don't care about fucking your vest.
I mean, I wouldn't be that fucking mean. Again, I don't really know much about Dr. Disrespect, but he gave me something because he liked my stuff. I'd feel a little bit like, oh, that's nice. I don't know if I'd wear it, but I'd be like, it's a gesture that counts. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
It's like, I don't want a vest from you. What are you talking about? Hated one, no, I couldn't tell you names of other streamers that are entertaining and care about interaction with their audience because I'm a content creator myself and that's what I focus on. I don't watch other streamers. So I couldn't answer your question. That would be up to you to find. I'm not the watcher, I'm the creator, you know? And this takes up all of my time.
Anyway, when you've become so comfortable that you're doing the same thing every time you're live, you can lose sight of what you're there for. And like I said before, you're there to put on what is...
Whoa, is that like a whole shot right there? Or did you like loop it? It felt like it was like one whole shot. Or was he reading something? I don't fucking know. That looked a little weird. Like he just kind of felt bad that he just said that.
essentially a TV show. So this is where being able to keep yourself talking comes into play. You need to have topics prepared, and importantly, as and when new viewers appear, you need to be talking to them and taking an interest in them. Viewing your stream chat as this faceless wall of text that are expected to turn up every day and talk about you without thinking about the human beings behind that text is not the way to go. This is why I find that clip of Phil berating one of his viewers just for suggesting that he should ask them questions particularly concerning.
The whole point of a live stream that you're attending is that you're supposed to find the streamer entertaining and want to interact with them, not the other way around.
What? No.
When you're operating...
Dude, okay, I think that's one of my bigger faults. Not that I don't want to ask questions. It's just I kind of forget when I'm like in the zone and I play games. I'm trying to work on that. Is to ask questions. Like, what's wrong with asking your chat questions? That's kind of what keeps them engaged. That kind of has them what keeps them going for more. Like I would try to. I can't say I do it all the time. I know that, but I at least try to want to. At least I'm receptive to it. I'm perfectly fine with asking people questions, especially when like, hey, holy shit, like a bunch of fucking announcements from like Nintendo Direct, a bunch of, I guess what is essentially E3, just came, like a bunch of news from E3, I guess, yeah, like I said, from this month came out, a bunch of game release, game announcements. Like, I'd love to talk about that. I love talking about that stuff. Why would you not want to ask questions? Again, talk to your fucking audience. What is it, like, there's a very big aroma of arrogance in this. Like that, oh, they just came for you. Yeah, but they also came for some engagement.
At this level, you absolutely
Back and
should
forth.
be asking them questions. When you're
Yeah.
continually reminding your chatters that you're hoping to make your channel a place to be sociable, but laying into them every time they try to, something's seriously wrong. And that something is you.
You.
Me?
Yes, you.
You're telling them one
Ugh.
thing, but showing another.
I want this channel to get popular again and be a place where people can feel like they can have social interaction and have a good time with games. It has to come back. I like doing what we're doing right now. Talking, having social interaction while we share our love for video games. That's what I really enjoy the most. That we have this conversation, right? If I lost the ability to have this conversation with you guys, I would actually probably start to hate my job again. It's not a toxic cesspool where idiots come to shit and unload their butts on it on the channel, but instead, it's a place where you can come and hang out with a group of people that you like. You hang out with me, we have a good time, right? We're enjoying all the latest games and the like, and feel.
I would like this personally, but I feel like I would actually try to mean it too. I'm
safe and
Let's
feel like
keep
you're
going.
at home and feel like it's a community again.
Further to this, I feel what Phil's streams lack is a reason to be there in the first place and a reason to keep viewers tuning in other than watch me play more of this game. If his so-called pre-stream podcast could be useful for anything, it would be that. I know. It's called the Level 1 podcast now.
yeah.
Whoopee fucking do. A short, just
Damn.
chatting segment where he informally talks to his audience about the topics of the day while they're filing in. Yes, talk about gaming news, but not just rabbiting opinions you've quickly found on Twitter 5 minutes before you started streaming. The human element's missing. His tweets referring to his gameplay describe it as coverage, as though his channel's some sort of serious gaming news outlet and not just a fun place to hang out.
Wait, what? Wednesday is Winterhold. Is Winterhold in my Skyrim Anniversary Edition playthrough? Then my conclusion is my Resident Evil post-game coverage. Another awesome day for gaming. It's fun coming. If you'd like to watch my premiere coverage of Xbox... Okay, this sounds really fucking... This sounds really, really, really fucking boring.
And during his pre-streams, it's very apparent that you're being informed about gaming news instead of just having a quick chat about it. Okay, so during his pre-streams, we get
Phil's day off.
which
Okay.
is the closest thing we get to IRL content these days, but it never feels like he's letting you in. There's always this feeling of disconnect between the streamer and the audience, and what he does on his day off is always the same mundane things anyway. And isn't it weird that we get the two together? Serious gaming news juxtaposed with, I went to try and buy fishing lures.
This week, when I have my day off, I will head out and I will get some fishing lures. And every week when we hit the $100 tips goal on this stream, I will add a new fishing lure to the hat. I think it would be really neat. It's a way to have something cool and different for the streams. And I was totally down for that.
Okay.
Sounds like a great idea. Yesterday was my day off. I said, I'll go look for fishing lures. Well, we have a sporting goods shop in our area. It's called Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah, I know what
walk
it is.
in,
Oh god, you
stretchy
talked.
bands, yoga mats, things like that.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Back corner is canoeing.
Is he literally talking about the whole fucking infrastructure of the goddamn store? Jesus Christ, dude. Just, I know what a fucking sporting goods store looks like. You don't have to do this. Also, you could have went to Walmart. Just saying.
And outdoorsman like stuff. So like, we're getting there. We're almost there.
How fucking...
Kat and I've been watching Shark Tank recently.
Hmm?
But it's supposed to be like a portable volleyball. I'm in the front of the store again. I'm in the baseball section again. Wait, what? What gives? So I grab a store associate and I say, hey,
I would like to procure 3 of your finest fishing lures. Money is no objects.
I
Yeah.
haven't had that in years.
It's funny because that background, I think Iron Mouse used to have that background when she was like, I think after her baby mouse model. Sorry, I'm looking at I have a bunch of notes here too, because honestly, what he's talking about, it seems so fucking boring.
You are Dick's Sporting Goods, right? Like sporting. And here's the thing that these companies are getting confused. Do you know the difference between sports and sporting?
I am literally doing what I would probably do if he was actually talking to me in real life. I'm not even paying attention to him. It's like, okay, why are you talking about this? How long is this
Okay.
Like, not how long ago this was, like, how long is this fucking little meandering?
A sport is an athletic.
It is normal to get frustrated when your new ideas don't work out, especially when it feels like everyone else around you is succeeding.
Guess what?
Yeah, what?
We didn't hit the hat goal tonight.
Oh.
The trick is to realise that the problem will undoubtedly stem from something you're doing, and it's certainly no one else's fault. So make changes, do some research, get inspired, and come back next time with a fresh mindset. But there lies one of the many problems with Darkside Phil. He's completely incapable of self-reflection and will always bang his head against the same wall, never realising that things don't just get better by themselves. This has caused his career in content creation, if that's what we have to call it, to happen in reverse. He got comfortable with the notoriety he received early on, spamming multiple videos a day and getting paid handsomely for it. So when all that went away, he felt and still feels that the success he was used to is still owed to him. But it's that mentality that it's YouTube's fault for fucking up their website that's got him into the predicament he's in. Treading water and making excuses. I'm sorry, Phil, but not having a plan B, failing to adapt with the times, and just generally being lazy in your approach to your business is all on you. I know you can't stand those that put in the work with their clickbait titles and custom thumbnails and belittle them for doing so to make you feel better about your laziness. But at the end of the day, this is your business, and generally businesses tend to move with the times and seek to do better.
Oh my god. What is going on?
Wait. Did he actually play this?
Whoa. This sucks.
What's wrong with
Look
this
at this
game?
idiot.
What's wrong with it? I like Pizza Perfect. Niche? I don't know if he actually
DSP
played that or
has a
what.
history in the fighting game community. Now, I've never really been into fighting games. I used to play Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga when I was about that big. And I remember really enjoying being able to do this. But apart from that, the idea of repeatedly battering the shit out of someone in the same set of environments just doesn't appeal to me. But you know what really
little
doesn't
mean, but okay.
interest me? Watching other people trying to beat the shit out of each other in the same set of environments. But I gather there's a bunch of people that do. Like a lot. I mean, take a look at... Well, first, let me see if you think this sounds familiar. Born in the early 80s, brought up on video games, entered fighting game tournaments throughout the 90s and 2000s, started uploading to YouTube for fun in the late 2000s, lost their job in the early 2010s, and shortly thereafter began YouTubing as their full-time job. I'm of course talking about Maximilian Doom.
Max! Holy crap, what the fuck? Let's see. Date of birth, 23rd of September 1983. Spent childhood in arcades. Prominent FGC member. First YouTube upload in 2007. Lost his job in 2011. Let's see. Phil, April 6th, 1982. Spent childhood in arcades. Came in 4th at EVO. First YouTube upload 2008. Lost his job in 2010. Jesus. Huh. That is... this is like night and day right here. Like, Max is, I know a lot of people don't have, like, their issues with Max, but he always comes off like a pretty chill dude. Like, a pretty nice guy. I know he's had some, like, I guess small controversies in himself, but he never seemed to let it get to him, and he always kind of, you know, I guess pulls through. He bounces back almost immediately. And he's got a wife. He's got a daughter. Again, very, very, very popular guy. So, you know, it's amazing that these two are, like, complete opposites.
Yes. Kind of weird, isn't it? I won't go into a full history lesson here because honestly it doesn't really matter. You've more than likely heard of him anyway. Suffice to say that Maximilian Dude has built a hugely successful career online born out of his love of fighting games. So he found a niche, built a channel around it, and went from there. My point with this is that it's just a fascinating look at how two similar lives can splinter off in such a dramatic way. This is the difference a professional attitude, pleasant personality and an actual work ethic can make. Phil has vaguely commented on Max multiple times over the years as people have spotted the similarities and brought them up with him. You'll more than likely just get the same bitter answer about how these bigger content creators have tons of money to throw around and probably have a team of people doing all of their editing and production for them.
That's how it be.
Oh, Phil, well, why you don't do this thing that Dr. Disrespect does, or man, why don't you do this cool thing that Maximilian Dude does? Why don't you have the production quality of this other content creator? Well, here, I'll tell you why. You ready? Want to know why? Because they make 50 times more fucking money than I do. They're literally making millions and millions of dollars a year. They're bringing in tens of thousands of dollars a month.
No, clearly they were doing something. Again, Max he started around the same time as Phil, so he was clearly doing something else. I'm also going to go on the limb and say Max probably had some help from friends. Again, I looked up more a bit on some of the stuff that regarding Phil. I know that whole thing with Keemstar being him offering him money to do that podcast. Rich from AviewTech actually offered him a computer. He doesn't seem to really want anybody's help or people who want to help him either. He doesn't seem to want to do all that. Like, I don't know what it's about. Maybe he feels like if he fails, he has no one to blame of himself or whatever. But I mean, it doesn't seem like he's making any strides to get better quality then.
They can afford it. They don't even do their own shit. Do you think they set up their own stuff? Really? They have teams of people fucking doing this for them. They have professional studio quality shit because they can afford it.
Like, everybody starts somewhere. Like, they didn't start off with all that amazing content, like amazing high definition stuff. They had to work for it. They saved up, and I don't like. What happened to you though?
Well, maybe if I made 100 times as much money as I was making right now, I could actually do something on the quality level of Maximilian Dude, because I could probably hire people to do work for me and shit. But I don't, because I'm one dude making, you know, a limited amount. You know what I mean? But people unfairly compare me to these people who are like light years ahead of me when it comes to the attention they get, the money they make. I would love right now to say, oh, let's drop the streams and go do random shit. And then I make no money and I go out of business. Maximilian Dude could literally take a shit live on stream and bring in 35,000 viewers if he so wanted to. Like, it doesn't mean anything about the fucking game.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's the worst argument I've ever heard about the quality of a game because a popular guy is making content of it and it's getting views. Who cares? Right? Doesn't mean the game is good.
I mean, he could do probably. I guess you want to be hypothetical, but you know why people would still stick around? Because Max actually comes off like a likable guy. I'm not even super well versed in fighting games. I know a few. Obviously, I can play enough, but I'm not like super into the intricacies of it. But he at least comes off like a pleasant person. I mean, and he doesn't even just talk about fighting games. He talks about other fucking genres. It's like, like, everything he was just saying right now is just so fucking bitter and angry. Like, what the hell? A lot of people may find that funny, but others don't either. So I don't fucking know what's wrong with him.
From what I gather, Max tends to do most of his own editing. I've
well, there you go.
never bought Phil's claims that he's too busy to do things like editing, and Max just goes to show that it's all bollocks.
I do my own fucking editing. I've had people who offered it to me. I just kind of said no. Like, my reason is because I can't pay them. That's the biggest issue. But, you know, at least I'm trying. I'm at least trying to fucking do my work.
It's so obvious that it's
I'm not making
almost
excuses
not worth
about other people who actually have editors out there. That's it. Honestly, everything Phil has been saying, is nothing but sour grapes.
About. It's not that he's too busy. He just doesn't manage his time well, or he's too lazy.
I need to do that more.
I mean, one of these people has a child, and it sure as hell isn't DSP. Well, I mean, Phil has Jasper. Oh, and let's get this straight. On a purely presentation style level, there's absolutely no reason why Phil's stream couldn't be at least comparable to Max's. You could spend one afternoon in that so-called office and make things considerably more professional without spending $1. He's had ample opportunity to get it sorted. But this is a man who's happy to stream looking like this, and sitting in front of whatever this is supposed to be. Max has also
unrelated. Okay.
Successfully diversified his content over the
That was
years.
weird.
In fact, the first video I ever stumbled across of his had absolutely nothing to do with fighting games. It was the beautifully
Same.
put together Journey to the Remake, where he details his history with his favourite game, Final Fantasy VII, and shows the long lead up to the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm sure you know where this is going. DSP's idea of diversification?
Ugh. Yeah.
This really goes hand in.
Ugh. I mean, people can kind of see passion in a game, in something you make. It's very obvious, and you could see that in Max. I mean, my first exposure was his reaction to, I think it was, I want to say it was Smash 4, one of the Smash Brothers games. I think he was with I forget who it is, but I think not Simmons. Is it Simmons? I forget who it is, but the other white guy, I guess I'll just say. I think they were reacting to one of the Smash games. I want to say it was Smash 4, and they seemed really, because it was Mega. Yeah, it was, because I believe because they were kind of excited for Mega Man coming out, being announced and whatnot. But that's like when I first exposure.
In hand with the first idea of giving people a reason to keep tuning in. Draw the viewers in with your niche and keep them around with your story. Speaking of your viewers...
I can...
Wait, where am I now?
I'm guessing. So weird that this actually works.
Wasn't my fault.
You should never ever expect anything from your chat. They're not obligated to do anything for you or even speak to you, let alone give you money. If your chat wants to talk about sports,
That's true.
the weather, Drake or Kanye West, let them do it.
I don't know what.
This actually happened to one of my streams too when I was playing City of Heroes. These random guys were just talking. I don't know what the hell they were doing, but I was just playing. I was like, okay, I'll let you do what you cook. I don't really care, but it's
Elder
cool.
Scrolls Online or something.
I was just happy people were
I don't
there.
know what's going on with the chat right now. People seem to be completely derailed and not paying attention, and no one's talking to me. So
Maybe because you're
How
boring.
nice.
I think
Guys,
that
I'm
not me.
still here. We're still enjoying Skyrim today. To see,
The chat is completely derailed because they're talking about Elder Scrolls Online.
you know, the stream is not ended. We are still.
Maybe
here.
join
We're
into the
having a good time.
conversation.
And if they're quiet, give them something to talk about. You're the entertainer here. Take these people talking in your chat before you've turned your webcam on. They're the people that can't wait to see how you're doing, and if you were any kind of decent person, you'd be eager to know the same about them. More than ever, DSP is promoting his stream as a social experience, but the following clips don't really bear this out.
So Timbo Slice Juice, what's your opinion on Kim Kardashian West filing for divorce from Kanye West? Who cares? Who cares? And it was pretty inevitable with some of the zany shit he was doing. No one's gonna put up with that crap. I need feedback. Stop talking about stupid fucking Kanye West bullshit. And let's talk about the game, because I'm gonna be pissed off if you start derailing the stream.
I
with
think his
bullshit.
name was.
No one cares about
It
fucking
was on
Kanye
Alex
West.
Jones.
Oh, people weren't talking about Kanye West. They were talking about Drake. Oh, okay, you can
Who?
get banned then, because I just told you we're not talking about bullshit. So you're out of here, fucking idiot.
I wish I knew who that was.
A whole bunch of super chats about pronouns. No one cares, so you can stop talking about that now. And thank you for the super chat.
If I was running a stream and my chat were having a conversation about something I'm not particularly knowledgeable about, you can be sure that before the next stream I'd read up on that topic so that I could join in with the discussion. DSP doesn't have a public or even members only Discord server, and he only allows comments on his Twitter from people that he follows. So basically the central hub of his community is his stream chat, which is what he wants. But if you're not allowing innocent conversations to play out here, then where can they go to do it? As others have pointed out, he's shutting down what are essentially memes beginning within his community. Take this snow car situation, for example.
In the last couple of weeks, people think it's a running joke now to come into my stream and have a name Carl and do some kind of a running joke with this. What you're essentially doing, you're creating a club-like mentality where people who are coming into the streams are just
Like you're kind of supposed to do. I feel like if they're coming to watch you, your chat is gonna be essentially be a club. What's wrong with this?
want to chill, feel like, oh man, this is all Carl's talking constantly, just talking about fucking Carl, Snow Carl. All right, that's done as of right now, and I mean it. All of you who have a fucking Carl name, I want you to change them immediately. I'm done with it. I'm not gonna have you come in here
So
and derail
dumb.
my
What the
streams
hell?
because I've had now 3 major complaints.
Not that they're called Carl, but why is he trying to cut this off? Why? That seems to be you got a nice little opportunity right there. You could have fun with it, and now you just kind of killed the fun. What the fuck?
Complaints from regulars in the last week saying this is stupid. I come to your stream and everyone in the stream chat's ignoring your game and talking about Carl bullshit. And
He likes to always. Okay, again, I'm referring back to his interview on Side Scroller. He seems to always say like, "Oh, you know, these random chat people who say these things like, oh, you know, we like this other content or whatever the fuck." And just like what he just said, like, oh, we don't like that people are using this type of Carl thing. I feel like that's made up. I feel like that's bullshit. I think he wants his chat to be a certain way. And because it's not that way he's saying that other people are annoyed by it. I don't feel like that's the case though. I don't know. I think he's just making that up. It feels like he is though. That's my opinion.
they're doing it to derail your stream, just like used to happen on Twitch. I'm here doing a gameplay stream, trying to have a chill time with my viewers who are here to enjoy gaming with me. I look at the stream chat, Snow Carl for mod. Snow Carl, I wonder who'll be mod. Will he be the Viceroy? Snow Carl, Snow Carl, Snow Carl. So here, fuck you. Get the fuck off my stream so I can enjoy games again. I'm tired of this now. All week it's been
Keyword, so I can enjoy games.
like this. I'm not going to allow my streams to be derailed by these people anymore. I'm done with it. I've already laid down the law. Your fucking stupid ass leniency is now done as of today. All right? I'm done with this. I want to have fun with a game and have an interactive stream with my audience, and not have my audience telling me we can't talk because everyone in the fucking chat is talking about Snow Carl or other dumb shit. It's over. Okay? Snow Surdo re-upped
I
their
kind of want to know what this Carl thing is, but okay.
membership for
Still.
3 months and says the chat is dead without Snow Carl. No, it is not. In fact, I would argue
My
the chat's
ass.
much better without Snow Carl. Oh well.
Something emerged from DSP's chat that
You honestly had lightning in a bottle right there. Holy crap. How do you get so many goddamn opportunities and you still somehow fuck them up? It's so fucking amazing.
he could have jumped on.
Yeah,
Something
like I
that could have
said.
become a funny thing for him and his viewers. His chat gave itself an identity. They could have been called the Carls or something.
The Carl
in the
crew.
same slightly cringy way that some streamers will say, "Welcome to the whatever squad." You know, this reminds me of how the Vest streak began. It evoked nostalgia and gave DSP's viewers something fun to associate with. The difference with the Vest streak is that the focus was all on Phil, and it was instantly monetizable and became a huge money spinner, instead of just being the fun for 5 minutes, mildly amusing thing that happened that day. Little things like this are how a community grows, and if you're cutting them off before they even have a chance, then your community's only ever going to stay at this level.
Alright.
How do I run in this game, by the way? Anyone know?
The hell?
That was bullshit.
Take a look at DSP's recent playthrough of Skyrim. Now,
Why?
Phil's been playing a lot of remasters over the last year, and that's fine, there's been a fair few of them. This was true at the time of recording. I think, to be fair, he has eased up on this a bit recently. But this is certainly one where I know I'd be asking myself, why am I doing this? The thing about Skyrim is...
Oh shit, I didn't see all these Skyrim pictures. Were those there? I wasn't paying
Skyrim,
attention to
It's
it.
one of the most popular
I was lost in his eyes.
games of all time,
7
and
years
it's
ago.
completely ingrained in our pop culture. That's not to say
Yeah.
that those others weren't, of course. Far from it. It's just, this is Skyrim. It's a game that has been and continues to be mined for the abundance of content that its gameplay and story can provide. People have speedrun it, memed it, modded it, beaten it without walking, beaten it without taking any damage, made 10,000 gold without leaving Whiterun, beaten it as a pacifist, beaten it while remaining at level 1, played it small, beaten it big, remade it, boundary broke
How do
it,
you beat
added
it without
Daggerfall to it,
getting to
added
level 1?
multiplayer, added guns, made Oblivion
Oh.
in the same engine, ran across it on a treadmill, loved it,
Made Oblivion in the same engine? Oh. That actually sounds kind of interesting.
hated it.
Could you do the... No, I don't think you could do the opposite. And make it in the Oblivion engine. That'd be actually kind of cool.
Papers on it and reenacted it. But in the 10 plus years since this game's release, has there ever been a playthrough more entertaining and meaningful as...
What happened? 2021? What are you doing?
There's no questions being asked, no interesting viewpoints, and nothing new to see. It's just, watch me play Skyrim. Vanilla Skyrim. Unmodded console Skyrim. You know Skyrim, that game you've played before, that game you've seen me play before.
Skyrim, a Spike Lee joint.
Oh, and of course the
Wow,
only
he was really thought that was a good banger.
real
Jesus.
justification you get for all of this is the
Wait,
same
what?
tired-
Wait, part what?
Oh, and of
Part 306. Holy Jesus Christ. How long are those videos? 12. Oh, no wonder they're 12 fucking minutes. Jesus Christ, dude. Ugh. I don't. That's probably. I mean, I don't really play a lot of like. I know Elden Ring came out. I'm a bit hesitant to even play that. Mostly because I do like Souls games. I played Elden Ring. It wasn't my favorite. Or at least I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why. Maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace. But like, I'd be really hesitant to play games like that because it just wouldn't end. Even like I'm playing The Evil Within, and if we have time, actually, fuck, we probably will have time. And I'll play another game, mostly because like I don't want to spend that much time on a single game. But Jesus, 385 parts. What the fuck, dude? No.
Of course, the only real justification you get for all of this is the same tired one he rolls out for all of these. You've seen me play this before, way back when I hadn't adopted direct capture. But you haven't seen me play it on the Xbox Series X at 1080p 60. Oh,
60.
go on, mate.
Full
What?
1080p. Wow, 60 frames. I didn't know it was going to be a full 60 frames. 60 frames per second. 1080p 60 frames. 60 frames. Yo, geez,
Hold on,
60
go back. Sorry.
60
Well, for one, turn off motion blur. What the fuck? That's gross. Even bloom.
frames per second. 1080p 60 frames. 60 frames. Yo, GTA in 60 frames. 60 frame Mass Effect 1. 60 frames. 60 frames. Full 1080p. Whoa. 60 frames. Oh shit. Silky smooth 60 frames.
All
60
right.
frames is crazy. I want 60 frames. Sounds
Really shouldn't be that hat. Ugh, there's that stupid hat.
good. I want 60 frames. 60 frames. Mass Effect in 60 frames.
60
Full
frames, 60 frames,
Dude,
60
I love this
frames.
60 frames. 60 frames per second biking. You can fly by at 60 frames per second. It's a smooth 60.
Compare Phil's
Really got a boner for those 60 frames. Jesus Christ.
stuff to someone like Doug. He often streams Skyrim and sets himself interesting challenges. But not only that, he'll mod the game to allow his chat to participate in the gameplay, or sets up the voice recognition program Voice Attack so that when his chat get him to say certain things, then something happens in the game. It's entertaining, hilarious, and completely unique.
That's pretty cool.
As opposed to, you know,
Playing it.
I died. Seriously, it killed me. Even though I had almost full health.
Did you save it? Please tell me you saved it.
Okay. Wow, that was fun, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It's stupid.
Voice Attack's great, by the way.
Oh,
Hello, computer.
How you doing?
I'm not bad. I'm 11.
You're 11,
Yeah, I'm 11.
and your parents bought you a gaming PC? What's wrong with this picture?
As far as I
Oh,
know, as
that's
of
a nice
right
setup.
now, DSP's only real goal, apart from the usual monthly membership goals and just generally requiring as much money from each stream as possible, has been to reach 200,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Something that he'd hoped would happen by his 40th birthday, which was 2 days ago, by the way.
And just incidentally, 7 or 8 months later, this has now only just happened.
Presumably you know my position on some
Oh.
of the things he should be doing. And if not, play some multiplayer.
what a new streamer can learn from DSP. Well, see, I might have to look at that. Hold on. Oh, no, go back. Kind of person, oh, it's right there. How long? Oh, that's like 30 minutes. Holy shit, we probably should have looked at that too.
Edit some videos, open a members Discord, whatever it is, just change something.
Okay, yes, he's doing the DSP Reacts thing now, which I guess you could say is something new, but again, we still have to have the hour-long pre-stream, and, well, look at it. It's just Phil watching something and making it all about himself every time he pauses the video.
So after all this time and considering everything DSP has persevered through, I think I'd be mature enough to realise that streaming and content creation wasn't for me and move on to something else. And it was only my initial YouTube popularity.
Thing is, though, he probably could make it work. He just didn't want to evolve, and that seems to be the issue here.
And
He's got so many fucking opportunities here. Holy shit, the whole Carl thing, the money from Keemstar and whatnot. It's like, come on, you're giving like so many of these goddamn, I guess softballs, but you're getting mulligan. You keep getting all these little handouts or whatever, and he doesn't do anything with them.
wavering curiosity to see what crazy thing I'm going to say next that keeps me afloat. Maybe it's get my Twitch partnership back, or hopefully one day I'll get a sponsor. Maybe it's nothing at all.
Let's just say if your entire business plan consists of nothing but keep doing the same thing and hope things get better, then you'll remain on mission 1 until the game finally reaches its only logical conclusion. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone
Oh,
that
that
never let me forget that this video existed. I know it's long overdue, but it's had a long
This is a few
story,
months
and
we
to be
went,
honest, the
a
making
few
of would
months
probably
ago.
make a decent video in itself. As for when the next one...
Okay, well, there you go. There is one more thing I guess we can look at right here regarding this little going off the deep end or something. So, he blabs his face. There you go.
Flash, what do you know DSP for? Dark Side Phil.
Playing games badly and e-begging.
E-begging, right? Okay. A lot of complaining, right? We had him on the show. We did an interview with him a long time ago. And I'm going to tell you this.
Completely fucked it up on
I'll
himself.
hold on to that in just a second.
Okay.
he's also known for whacking it.
Like I said, watch that interview. Take a shot every time he talks about how long he's been streaming. Usually says, "I've been streaming for 15 years." You're gonna be sloshed within the first hour. I can almost guarantee it.
Because he did it on stream. Remember, what was it? Oh, the camera's on. Is that what the video was?
Camera's been on the whole time, huh?
That's right.
How did he not make a shirt for that too?
I know. Again, see, multiple opportunities.
100%.
At that point, it's like God or fate is just trying to give you something here, and you don't do anything with it.
You know, as a matter of fact, maybe we should just make a shirt that says, "Oh, the camera's on." I think that'd be funny.
No.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That face. All right. Well, another player, another streamer, a Fortnite pro player had another "Oh, the camera's on" moment.
Oh, is this it?
It's just absolutely shocking. This is
Wait, did I see?
Yes, yes. First off,
oh, this isn't it. Is this it?
Why do these people have in the background?
I thought this was talking
why
about.
Do they always put
it's
their
here.
Beds there.
Okay. Well, I saw this. Apparently, it's fake. Like it was like a dildo or something like that. Either way, let's go to the actual thing. Let me see. Because let's skip that over.
Because
he's looking at
viewers and everything. Yeah, but at the top of the screen, right? People be texting
Oh,
him
I
or
turn all that
something.
off.
Oh,
Because it would blow my phone up.
aren't you so popular? But yeah, I don't.
Let me say this about Phil.
All right. Yeah.
We had him on the show over a year ago. A lot of people look at that as like kind of the coup de grace of like, you know, the Phil storyline, right? There's like a lot of things that came out of that. And we all know Phil doesn't want to come back on the show. He's really upset about the way that we talked about.
I watched the little fallout, and then I watched Craig's little thing regarding it. Jesus fucking Christ. Essentially everything, like, Phil tried to make it seem like that, like he didn't. God damn, it's so really hard to. Let me try to revert. Let me try to mow back because it's a lot to unwind. I know in the interview they said, "Hey, can you like to prove that he didn't spend all this money that people had claimed on? He did on WWE Champions, some stupid ass mobile game." Craig asked to see if he could like just see his account or whatever, or like take a screenshot of his account. Phil said no, basically because he thought that could endanger his family or whatever the fuck. Apparently Phil says he sent that information, he sent that like a few hours after the interview was done. Only for Craig to say, no, we trashed you on our podcast, which turned out to not only be not true, did not really happen. They pretty much just said that they were kind of doing a fallout over it. Craig actually showed the emails of how their conversation transpersed or went. Nowhere did Craig say that they trashed him on his podcast. He pretty much just was kind of cordial. He says, he pretty much just said like, we just think you're still on level 1. We want you to get better. We're really rooting for you. And that's pretty much it. But, I guess because he didn't like what they had to say on their post show, which they did I think it was like almost the next episode after, because it was a 5-hour interview. This show Side Scrollers doesn't last like 5 hours. Like at most right now it's like on an average of 2. But of course, I don't know, maybe but then they kind of pretty much decompressed the whole chat, the whole show. They pretty much just talked about what happened, and kind of they were very taken aback by DSP's complete delusion of grandeur, whatever. And that's essentially it. I guess. I mean, they didn't say anything that I couldn't have gotten that conclusion. Like if you watch that whole fucking 5 hours, you can kind of understand why they felt the way they felt. But yeah, that's I'm kind of, again, I'm rambling, but let's keep going. But that interview, holy shit! I'm only halfway through it. I'm probably not gonna finish it, but it's like, geez, I kind of go like I scrub through it a little bit just for the hell of it, because it's so much crap, and it feels like a lot of the answers he gives aren't even answers. He kind of keeps saying the same thing.
the interview.
Adam scared him.
Yeah, Adam scared him, and you know,
Mean.
Adam was so fucking tired of his bullshit too. You could see it. Adam says because he hadn't eaten. He's like in a different time zone, so obviously he was really hungry. But still, I don't understand. I don't blame Adam for being as annoyed as he was with him.
So this was Phil, I'm assuming over the weekend, and I can't even fathom saying this to any sort of audience online. But this is Phil in a nutshell. Here is 21 seconds of Phil being Phil.
I have a setup that can do all high-end stuff. I'm playing fighting games with no lag. I'm playing all these games at high resolution, high frame rate.
And yet your fucking camera's still really horrible.
Best quality, not upgrade my audio. I'm doing all the things people always told me I was bad at. So where is everyone? Exactly. Right? What are you doing? What was everyone doing tonight? What was wrong with Hades 2 that people didn't want to come by the stream? And I'm not angry. I want answers.
What?
How dare you not see me stream? Ah!
Yeah, what the fuck?
So he's really upset that people didn't come and watch his stream because he was playing Hades 2.
Holy crap, the fucking I don't Jesus Christ. Oh my god, everything this man says hurts my head. I don't know what's worse, him or a game journalist. They're both so fucking delusional. I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. Give me a second, guys. And I don't want to really come off very I don't want to make this about myself, but I'm going to do myself an example anyways. And I feel really and I really hope people look at him, and I'm going to look at him as a cautionary tale, guys. That if we are ever, any of us are ever lucky enough to have the opportunity to have content creating be our full-time job, where we don't have to work a 9 to 5, where like say me or anybody out there who's trying to get into fucking YouTube is lucky enough to we don't have to go, we can just make videos and do streams and have the opportunity and being blessed enough to have a community that wants to help us, to support us and get it and whatnot. I like if we're ever in that position, I wonder like would I ever be that way? I'd be so. I mean, I don't ever want to be like. I don't ever want to be that angry and be like, oh, what happened? Why are y'all not here? It's like because you're not that interesting. Like I really hope I never go to that. If I ever get any really semblance of a community, that I never end up like that type of resentment. I would be just happy just to have people talk. Hell, my fucking favorite moments in the streaming is when I actually have a conversation with some of these people, with anybody who stops by and has a chat with me, talking about video games. I mean, like was fairly recent one of my streams when I was playing The Evil Within. We just talked about Tango Gameworks and how pretty much Microsoft completely just shut down all these fucking studios and everything. And how they'll bounce back. I love talking about that. I know there was one was last year's Nintendo Direct when I had a conversation about that when I was playing the Old Republic. I love that type of talk. I like talking about this stuff. It's like, but this guy is so far up his own fucking ass. He feels like you should be paying for the privilege of being around him, of watching his stuff. You should be so grateful that you get to bask in his glory. It's god damn. What is no? Ugh.
Too, and he has all the tech scored away. He's playing games with no latency, right? Perfect. He has awesome high quality everything. And I just feel like at the end of the day, you see, Phil, it's your personality.
There you go.
I'm a savage.
Bingo bongo.
I mean, but that's the reality of it. Like, I don't understand how anybody could treat their audience that poorly and still survive. What's the whole like he's like the cockroach of the internet? He's gonna survive everybody? I don't.
Yeah,
understand.
but well, is it surviving or you just keep? I feel like surviving the internet doesn't necessarily like he's gonna like. Hold on. Sorry, I'm really thirsty. I guess surviving the internet isn't really. I feel like he's just gonna stay here while people are moving on. While, dare I say, people are just not leaving YouTube out of being forced out. It's because they're done. You know, they made their money and they're moving on. They sell their channels. They do whatever the hell they want. They move on with their life. He's gonna still be here because he doesn't. Again, like you've said, as many people have said, he's still on level 1. He's still doing the same hurdles that he's been doing for the last 15 years or whatever the fuck, I think. You know why he said 15 years or 16 years, I guess, by now? Because he said that like 8 fucking billion times on that interview. That's what I feel like. It's like that everybody is not, he's going to outlive everybody because everybody already lived their fucking life online. And they're gone to do something else, most likely to have a family and shit. Apparently there's some documentary or something about AVGN, James Rolfe, and like I think one of the big contentions is that he spends time with his fucking family. Why is that a bad thing? He has a wife and kids. I'm sorry, he wants to be in their fucking life. He's being a father. I'm sorry, that's such a fucking, being a family man is such a fucking oddball thing to people. But yeah, he's going to still be here because he's still in the same spot he's always been. While everybody else has moved on. It's like saying, oh, no, he's still going to be the sophomore while everybody else is graduating. I think that's a better analogy.
Understand how you can talk to people like that. And
He has
still... What's that, Flash?
He's got a small, dedicated group of people that want to finance him. I think it makes them feel good, like they're supporting him.
Supporters are
in the
enablers.
same way that like
I don't feel like
these
the
dudes
same.
support some of these OnlyFans chicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're getting some kind of like thing out of it. It's like, you know, how they like providing for women or something. It's strange, but that's the only thing I can think of. Is that
Well, normally I feel like the reason they support those people is 1, they want to see their dirty pictures, and 2, they may feel that there's a slight chance that they could fall in love. You don't want to fall in love with an OnlyFans woman, guys. I'm sorry. No, you don't at all.
there because they think they're doing a good thing.
Never date an OnlyFans person because you're now, you know, you're going to be wondering. I'm sorry. That's you know what? Fuck it. No, I'll say it. Because you're not going to know who the real one is. Like the real person is. Is it the one you're cuddling with on the couch, or the one who is texting some guys who sent her a bunch of dick pics? Like, you don't know which one's which, but yeah.
Supporting him or something? Because half of his stream is lectures on why they should support him.
Maybe we should start doing that. I think that'd be a good thing. We should just start yelling at people for not supporting us enough. Maybe that's what we do. Should we start doing it? No, we're never.
Please God, don't ever do that. Don't even make it funny. That is a joke.
But yeah, it was really.
Why don't you love me?
Like I said, if this was flip Phil with anybody else on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be on the front page of
well,
Drama Alert.
There are those people who go like, you can't afford $5, or like what's her fuss, Pokimane bitching because people didn't want to buy her nasty ass cookies,
or Dexerto or whatever. You know, of look at how ungrateful this streamer is. But for Phil, it's like par for the course. This is what you expect from him, and that's why so many people. That's why there are channels that are devoted to watching Phil's stream that get more views than Phil's streams, because they just want to watch the absolute train wreck. Anyways,
there is a large group of people that want to watch train wrecks, but they don't usually throw money.
Well,
no, they don't. They support the people who are laughing at.
Well, sometimes you want to. It's like throwing it at a hobo or something. You just want him to kind of pee his pants because some people are that fucked up
at him. You know, and I think that's the most amazing.
They want people to. They want the crazy guy to act crazy.
I will say this. I saw that clip, and I literally started typing an email to Phil.
Oh.
You
send it?
The email, I deleted it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, he's not going to listen. There's nothing good can come from this, right?
No.
I started the email and I was like,
I guarantee you he's going to like make it seem like he said like some horrible shit to him. Most likely. Despite the fact that he kind of got caught in 4K lying. Like when Craig responded to his little allegations, like, oh, he was like really mean or some shit like that.
Phil, and then I like, it's something to the effect of like, what are you doing? How can you talk to people like this? Like, you need help. And I included a clip to it, and then I was like, I spent like 30 seconds on it, just real quick writing it up, and then I just deleted it. I was like, there's nothing good that will come from this at all. Like, he's not going to respond. It's not going to be he's not going to be open to having any sort of conversation or like. And I was reaching out to him privately too. That was the idea. Was I had no intention of bringing him on the show. I just want to be like, dude, how can you talk to people like this? But I decided to delete it because at the end of the day, it's like, dude's a lost cause. It is what it is.
Yeah. I don't really know what you can say about someone like him. It's like, I don't think he's gonna really change until he kind of comes to that realization of what he is, and I don't know if that's ever really gonna happen. Until I guess he hits rock bottom, but I don't even know what that would be. I guess like if his wife left him or some shit like that, or some horrible stuff like that happened, maybe. But who fucking even knows? Anyway, I was not sure if I was just gonna rewatch this because everybody has. I mean, I watched it live. Well, kind of. I was at work, so I kind of listened to it live since I can listen. But I guess I guess we'd always just talk about it. We could just rewatch it. Everybody already has. I know some people have already done it, so fuck it, we'll do it. Because there's a lot. Holy shit, Nintendo fucking actually did something. They were probably like, hey, I got an idea. Let's show games. Games people like. And you know what? It popped off. So much so, there have been jackasses out there trying to fucking go, oh, well, these are all also going to be on the PS4. Yeah, it's funny. Too bad they didn't show it on their State of Play. Anyway, let's get started. Boom. I might have been like the only person who saw this and up Mario and Luigi. I'm not a big fan of the new voices. Luigi doesn't sound half bad, but Mario sounds a little odd to me. Whatever.
Luigi!
I even watched some reactions to it. Fuck you, Asmongold. I love Luigi. I love this fucking series too. Well, okay. I played the first two. I had Bowser's Inside Story, but I still have it here. It's on my 3DS and Dream Tea, but I haven't played them. I really need to get on that shit too. Because I love the first two. I don't know why. I just stopped. I like that it's 3D, like full on 3D. I don't know who the developer is either. I forgot. I don't think it's the original ones. It's like someone else, I think. Or at least they're not telling us. Always that's pretty cool. I know people were getting really pissy about this too. I don't know, like, why do people like this game? Well, because it's a pretty simplistic game and it has Mario in it. It's not that hard to understand. Also, a lot of people call these games like, baby's first RPG. They're not super. People were giving me like all these other examples of various other games. Yeah, but how many of them have Mario in it, guys? Mario is literally like fucking more popular than Mickey Mouse and Jesus. Everybody knows who he is, and generally his games tend to be good. It's not that difficult. understand, guys. Joking up my water. Sorry, hold on. Oh, sorry. Choking on my rage here. Brothership. November. A lot of these are coming out this year. God damn.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. That was the first new entry in the Mario and Luigi series in almost 9 years. Mario and Luigi Brothership. Please look forward to
I like this high contrast as opposed to like a lot of other shit. I don't know. This doesn't look obnoxiously high contrast.
a seafaring adventure that unfolds across mysterious islands, as well as evolved Bros moves with Mario and Luigi.
Ooh, soccer.
Okay,
It looks like
let's see the
soccer.
first batch of headlines.
Bring the championships home.
I gotta
Or
pre-order
on the
this
go.
game.
The thrill of the Nintendo World
Well,
Championships is
I'm on
heading
the
to
fence,
Nintendo
actually.
Switch system. Take on over 150 speedrunning challenges from across 13
Because I was around when this like the actual Nintendo World Championship was taking place.
NES games, from lightning fast beats to action-packed battles.
Nice.
Familiarize yourself with each challenge and perfect your timing. Then give it your best shot and aim for the top of the online leaderboards. You can also try more difficult legend challenges. Like completing Super Mario Brothers in one go using warp pipes.
I feel like if you use that
Stuck on
rewind
a legend
feature, it'll
challenge? Check out
it'll probably kind of disregard your playthrough. I don't know. I would assume so.
classified information for handy
Or
tips
penalize
and tricks
you.
to help you improve. Put your skills to the test in survival mode, where you'll race against ghost data of players worldwide. After each round, half of the players will be eliminated. You've only got one shot to survive.
Nice.
Will you be the last one standing? Nintendo World Championships NES Edition launches on Nintendo Switch July 18th. Pre-orders for the digital version are available now on Nintendo eShop. A deluxe set containing a physical version of the game.
Probably the only
and
reason I
bonus
actually would
items
like
is
this.
also
Want
available
this
for
is
pre-order.
this the Famicom or the Japanese version that looks pretty cool too.
The final battle of Fairy Tale is about to begin.
You know what? I'm pretty sure no one cares about this, so I'm gonna skip over it. I don't watch Fairy Tale, and I don't particularly remember people actually talking about how great this was. I guess Wii Sports. I don't even have Wii Sports. Let's go to this one. People keep talking about this one, and I didn't actually get a good look at it. Mio, Memories in Orbit. Obviously, I'm going to skip through a lot of these because some of this crap I don't care about. It's a platformer. I feel like I've seen this type of style of not platforming, but this style of trailer. Trailers for like crazy platformers or interesting art style platforms. You know, okay, obviously it's the environments are like the big draw to this. Look how pretty it is. You know, you see this really big thing, and it looks fine. I don't know, it doesn't look amazing.
It's an array of cartoon
But it looks like a
classics.
game I'll probably buy on the cheap.
Leap into a new update for Disney Illusion Island. Monarch's greatest detective is solving a mystery, and only Mickey and friends
Yay!
can help. In the brand new adventure,
I forgot this
Mystery
game
Monarch,
existed too.
uncover hints and evidence scattered throughout the world. Then use the dashboard to crack each case. What big secret lies at the end? Start sleuthing because this free update launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Oh, that's cool. At least it's free.
Island Adventures.
Oh
await.
yeah. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Butters must be fucking shitting a brick
Customize your
here.
character. Then befriend Hello Kitty.
Why am I watching this?
Kuromi, and other
Let's
familiar faces
skip
in this
through
open
this. Let's
world
see.
adventure.
Looney Tunes,
Team
Among
up
Us.
with your new pals to solve mysteries. And
Let's just get to the next. Let's get to the other one.
Donkey Kong
I have the
Country
DS
Returns,
version, 3DS
originally
version.
released
I'm
on
gonna have to
the
get
Wii
this one
system,
too.
is barreling onto Nintendo Switch in HD.
When is this
The
coming out
villainous
again?
Tiki Tak tribe has hypnotized the local wildlife and stolen Donkey Kong's precious banana hoard. Obstacles in the way? Just stomp them, pound them, and roll on through. Each level is filled with hijinks, but they're no match for these top bananas.
I saw what you did there.
From manic minecarts
Get it? Yeah.
to high-flying rocket barrels, and even hitching a ride on Rambi.
Good old Rambi.
There are plenty of transportation methods available. Pass a Joy-Con controller to a buddy for 2-player local co-op. 80 appealing levels are in store.
Okay, enough with the
including
banana
additional
puns,
levels
please.
from the Nintendo 3DS version. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD swings onto the Nintendo Switch system January 16th.
Oh, okay, next year.
One of Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's jungle escapades returns in HD.
Now make a new
Plenty of wild actions and antics are in store.
Oh, I'm guessing
with these
Retro
Kongs.
is too busy focused on
Next, please take a look
Metroid.
at this.
At first, I thought this was Zelda because I thought maybe like a port of A Link Between Worlds because that picture over there looked like because this no, hold on, because that kind of looked like Hilda to me for like a moment. I knew this was coming out, honestly, but I believe they announced it prior. But holy shit, I'm so happy it's coming out. I love Dragon Quest. It's probably one of the few JRPGs I legit love. Because it's, I don't know, I guess I always feel like it's a bit more straightforward than most RPGs. At least that's what I felt.
Journey with allies to face the Archfiend on an epic adventure. Memorable encounters. Perplexing challenges.
Because this essentially is the
and formidable monsters await.
I'll talk about that later.
An iconic RPG remade in HD 2D.
And hopefully we actually get the I guess we're getting the orchestra music because I know I have the 3DS version of Dragon Quest VIII and they like put MIDI files instead, I guess, because apparently from what I understand the original composer who like passed away a few years ago is kind of a big nationalist and he kind of has a big thing against the West. So like he wouldn't like allow it or something. I don't remember. It was something stupid, but he's kind of a prick. But I guess they're allowing it now, which cool, awesome. I actually had to mod it on my 3DS so like get a backup of Dragon Quest and mod it so I can put the orchestral score for Dragon Quest VIII. And I'm happy we get this on here. I mean, I know it's also on 11, which I do have, but I'm just happy that we get good music. Rest in peace, Toriyama.
The legacy begins.
I'm not a DBZ fan, but I am a Dragon Quest fan.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
I don't know.
remake.
Anyone out there? If anyone's out there a fan of Dragon
Coming
Quest?
to Nintendo Switch, November 14th.
This caught me off guard right here. When I saw, the protagonists for 1 and 2, I was like, oh shit, maybe is it gonna be in the game? And no, they're gonna get their own. Yeah, the Urchin trilogy. 1 and 2. Which makes sense. That's what they did with the the Game Boy version and the SNES version. I'm looking forward to this too, because 1's not particularly long. Like the biggest problem with, I believe, with the original Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, what it was called over here, is that it was just super, super grindy. I heard like although I heard the what's it call it? The Japanese version is even worse, and it's like a little bit more, not as polished either. But like if you play the Game Boy Advance version, it's a lot better. It's a lot more forgiving in terms of experience and whatnot. So you can actually beat it on a fairly, like maybe a few hour drive, plane ride. I want that slime.
ダイレクトをご覧の皆様、こんにちは、堀井裕二です。
Hello, Hori.
ドラゴンクエスト3の映像、いかがでしたか？
Enjoy. Yes,
よう
I
やく
did.
発売日を発表できて、
We're
僕も
finally
嬉し
able
く
to
思いま
announce
す。
the game's release date.
そして今日サプライズで発表した
Surprise announcement.
ドラゴンクエスト1 and 2も
Yup, yup, yup.
HD2D で蘇ることが決定しました。時系列としては
Chronically
3が物語の始まりとなっており、
3,
3、1、2の順番でプレイしてもらうと、
Because in 3 you're playing as
展
Erdrick.
開が待っています。ロト3部作となる3と1
Enjoy
と
experiencing the
2、どち
entire
らもぜ
Erdrick
ひ楽し
trilogy
んでもらえた
across
ら
these
嬉しいで
remakes.
す。どうも、堀井裕二でした。
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Hori. We hope you're excited to play the entire Erdrick trilogy, now in HD 2D.
I'm gonna have all
Let's
ladies.
continue with more headlines.
Have a nice little harem. Yeah, yeah.
Let's have some fun, Co. Say hello to Jaws?
Actually, his name on set was known as Bruce. He is never called Jaws within the movies. Sorry.
Wait, He-Man?
Adam,
Great
but
Scott.
yes.
Is that Marty McFly?
Okay, well that's Marty. That's Scott Pilgrim. I know that stupid base anywhere. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want to point those out.
The world of Funko is coming to life.
This
in
game does not look
action-adventure
interesting
mashup
to
for
me
the
in
ages.
any
Play
way
with more than 60
whatsoever.
characters.
Is this the highest this could go? I
You
was like,
explore locations based on over
okay, no,
20
it just looks
iconic
ugly.
Movies, TV shows,
I don't
and
know who that
more.
is. I don't know who that is.
Use special skills and crafted gadgets to explore epic worlds, each with their own unique puzzles, hidden areas, and familiar foes.
Is this supposed to be like the Lego games? Like that Lego Universe game?
Dinosaurs from Jurassic World and Cylons from Battlestar Galactica. They're certainly not.
Oh my god, there's
toying
Chucky.
around. Unbox the universe when Funko Fusion pops onto Nintendo Switch September 13th.
I can't wait not to play that.
We've got a smorgasbord of spooky, silly, and strategic games.
Yay! Now give me
Ready
part
for an
1.
adventure of
I can
ghoulish
complete the trilogy.
proportions? Summon your courage and explore
Hello,
multiple
Mario.
mansions filled with goofy ghosts.
I love Luigi. As a little brother, I've always
Another supernatural
I've always got
shenanigans.
an attachment to Luigi.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD launches on Nintendo Switch June 27th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Meet the quirky little Dempa Man.
What the hell is
Find
this?
'em, catch 'em,
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
meet 'em
skip
on a
over. Let's
joyful
get to the good announcements. Metal Slug. I guess this isn't really now. Hold on. Yeah, I wish. I really wish they would have just released the entire collection, even the 3D one. I would have taken the 3D one. That would have been kind of fun. Just saying. Sorry.
today on
Eh,
Nintendo eShop.
I'm skipping through a lot of this because I kind of don't care. Let's be honest, we didn't care about a lot of these.
More
They gotta put
classic
fluff in here.
titles are on the way.
I have this, I
Play
think.
links.
I think I have this one. I don't remember. I gotta look at my little package, my little holder, whatever, my case. There we go. I don't know what the fuck I couldn't think of that. But I have Minish Cap. I don't have this one.
Classic 16-bit adventure and team
But I
up
like this game,
online to
obviously.
explore
Who doesn't love Link to the
randomized
Past?
dungeons in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 4 Swords.
Never played this because I didn't have any friends.
Experience the remake of Samus's first adventure in Metroid Zero Mission. Plus, coming to the new Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online Mature 17 Plus collection of games.
Rawr.
Brave the
I don't
dangerous
understand
lost
this.
land to stop the campaigners' nefarious schemes in Turok, Dinosaur Hunter.
Like this is already re-released by Night Dive, and it's like apparently a lot better than the N64 version. So I don't understand this. This was a very odd move.
And
hey, look, it's the good Perfect Dark.
infiltrate a corporation to end their alien conspiracy in Perfect Dark.
I played this on there. I actually downloaded the Immature 17, whatever the fuck. I don't like those controls. I was kind of hoping maybe you could futz with them to make it more FPS friendly, but no. I think I'll just stick to the mod of this, where that actually has a copy, has a version of the N64, or has a version of it's a modded version of the N64 version, but you can play it on like with the mouse and keyboard. It works really well.
Now with online multiplayer. All 4 games will be available for Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack members later today.
Wow, there already is. Hopefully they put some good games on there, like Resident Evil. I would play the fuck out of that. And let's see, what else was there? I know they're not 17 plus, but you know, maybe like No Mercy. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, it'd be cool for once, WWE. That'd be nice. Let me have that game.
Set sail to save the day.
Yeah, game I'm not gonna be playing.
This is Verona. This one's
there
gonna
you go.
take you for a ride.
This was shocking. I know a lot of people were really fucking
Featuring
hyped for
Marvel
this.
and Capcom characters are fighting their way onto Nintendo Switch as
I'll probably get this. I
Collection.
suck at these games, but
Flash in
they're fun to
X-Men
play.
versus Street Fighter.
That's why I just
Duke
play
it
against the
out in
computer.
Marvel versus Capcom 2: New Age of Heroes. Take down the Kingpin in the beat 'em up
This
side
caught me
scroller,
off
The
guard.
Punisher, and more.
Because I like this game. I had it for I rented it one time for the Genesis. It was pretty fun.
Hit up training mode to polish your fighting skills and combos. Select online mode to challenge rivals around the world.
And of course, it's coming out
Or
for
play co-op in the Punisher.
Steam and
You can also cross over to the
PS5,
museum to view
but not
artwork,
Xbox.
or listen to music from each game. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Man, if they would have added like say UMVC3, that would have been fucking crazy. Even funnier, they added UMVC3 and they didn't even talk about Infinite. They don't add Infinite. They know what you want. It's not that fucking piece of shit game. Oh well. What can you do? This.
The latest game in the Mario
I'm gonna have to
Party
get this.
series
I know
takes
I don't
place
really
on an
play it with a lot of
enormous
people,
island
but every time I
resort.
do,
Get ready
I
to
absolutely
jump
love it.
into the biggest selection of Mario Party mini games yet. in
Ruining friendships,
Super
let's go,
Mario Party
baby!
Jamboree. First, let's see some of the new boards where you
I have no
compete
problem
to
with being the
collect
bad
most
guy in this
stars.
game.
Take the
Despite I will
escalators to
steal
travel
your
between
fucking stars.
floors
I don't
in
fucking care.
Rainbow Galleria.
I want to win, damn it.
Use in-game coins to get a star at half price when they're on flash sale. But act fast. Ride around and stay on track in Roll'em Raceway. With the new Turbo Dice item, you can move up to 40 spaces with a lucky roll. Here on Goomba Lagoon, the ebb and flow.
I mean, that can come in handy if there's a star nearby and whatnot, or like pretty far away. You can just snipe it from somebody. That'd be hilarious.
Of the tide can change your path. And things really get mixed up when the volcano blows its top. Along with 5 new game boards, 2 boards from previous Mario Party games make their return. Some mini-games are action-packed challenges, speed trials, a battle of wits, and more. And some are controlled by gently shaking or tilting your Joy-Con controllers. With over
Alright.
110 mini-games, there's a wide variety to enjoy. Also,
This is pretty cool. I believe this is online. Did you
players
say
can
that?
go head-to-head online in
Nice.
the Coupathlon mode.
No, I'll definitely have to. Holy shit, my wallet's
Compete
gonna be
against your
blown
rivals
out.
and aim for first place. Try your best to come out on top.
Nintendo's we eating good, baby.
Wait, there are even more new modes? The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when the Super Mario Party Jamboree game launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 17th.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, there's so many games.
That was the latest installment in the Mario Party series, Super Mario Party Jamboree, with new boards, mini-games, 20-player online gameplay, and more. Get ready for the biggest Mario Party in series history.
Hopefully they
And
don't bring
now,
back that damn
Please
cart.
take a look at this.
For a second, I thought this was going to be a remake of the Oracle games, which would have been kind of cool. I don't know how they would have worked, but, you know, it would have been kind of interesting. Well, no, it could have worked. It would have had like, so much replay value. I really need to get on playing Link's Awakening 2. I have it, I just have not played it. Which is kind of a pretty bad thing, because that's like one of my favorites in the series, too. I feel kind of bad for that. I fucking love that the memes of this. And hey, look at that! Huh. You know, I watched the Nintendo World Store reaction to this. Everyone was so fucking hyped about this. I have not really seen any actual disgust or anger toward Zelda being the protagonist in the game. It's pretty much being universally praised, aside from people who like maybe have two obvious trolls who have like what 2 or 1 follower or maybe like 2 fucking tweets. Despite what people are saying, sorry, Journos, people actually really want to play this game. I hate to break that to you. I know that makes you so angry that your narrative is not working. Sad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma.
Aonuma. Okay, I can never say his name right. Aonuma.
What you just saw was the latest installment, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. This time around, Link has vanished. Now, it's up to Princess Zelda to step into the protagonist role. You might be thinking, will Zelda fight with a sword then? Here, we wanted to create a new gameplay style that breaks conventions seen in past Legend of Zelda games with a top-down perspective. To explain more, please take a look at this video.
I want that shirt. That shirt's so fucking cool.
Stolen
what the hell did I say that for?
Across the vast lands of Hyrule, strange rifts have appeared and have taken many people, including Link.
Hi, Link.
Now alone, Zelda meets the fairy Tri, receives a mysterious staff called the Tri-Rod, and sets off on a journey across Hyrule to save her kingdom.
He's fashionable.
By waving the Tri-Rod at a table she found, Zelda learned how to create an imitation of it called an echo. Once you learn an echo
This is
of
pretty
something,
interesting.
you can
I like this.
recreate it whenever you'd like. Even if there's a wall blocking your path, you can create echoes of tables to get a leg up. Just like that. You can create wooden boxes, old beds, and unusual things like water blocks. How you use them separately or together is entirely up to you.
I love the fucking memes that have been following this whole thing of her. She's gonna beat up Ganon with a chair. Like you wouldn't steal a car, and like it's just her with the rod smiling.
Learn and create echoes of things you find while exploring Hyrule. You might be surprised at what you discover. Even battles will look different. You could pick up and throw a rock echo, for example.
Beat people with a rock.
That's not all, though. You can
Hit 'em
also
with a
create
rock.
echoes of monsters. After doing so, they'll fight by your side. Monsters have different abilities, so choose the one you want to
Oh, is that
create
thing?
based on the situation. Wisdom is key,
Nice.
after all.
I mean, yeah, she holds the Triforce of Wisdom. I mean, I would make a lot of sense that she has
In a
these type of
Hyrule without
interesting
Link,
puzzles.
The fate of the kingdom is now in
Something that makes you want to use your brain. It's like Nintendo understands their lore more than anybody.
How was that? I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of the Echo ability, which channels Princess Zelda's wisdom. There are a lot of echoes in this game. To be honest, I haven't counted them all yet. How you solve puzzles and battle enemies will change depending on the echoes used. In short, we've created a game where each player's experience will be different.
Redid.
The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
I don't know what people are saying. I like this little artwork. It's cute. I like these toy look. I think it's very fun.
Launches September 26th. A Nintendo Switch Lite system inspired by the Legend of Zelda series.
I have no
will
interest in
also
this.
be
I still have
available at
mine.
launch.
I don't.
We hope you're looking forward to playing as Zelda.
Especially
in
when
this
we're getting
new
close to
adventure.
the next console.
Now, I'd like to return this moment I'd stolen away back to Mr. Takahashi.
Thank you, Mr. Aonuma. Please look forward to the newest entry in the Legend of Zelda series. Let's see a few more headlines.
Let loose and party on.
No, but again, I've said this before. Like, I guess it wouldn't be a Nintendo Direct if it wasn't a Just Dance thing here, because for some odd reason, people still buy this fucking franchise. Even so much I like while they had stopped supporting the Wii U version, they were still making this series for the Switch. I mean, not the Switch, the Wii, the original Wii, not the Wii U, but the Wii. So again, this series is popular. We're not gonna watch it because I'm pretty sure it's muted anyway because of copyright. But even then, I still don't want to take any fucking chances, and I don't care about that series.
A new Lego adventure is on the horizon.
I really don't care about this either. I just find it funny that a PlayStation game is on the Switch like
It's
this.
the
I think the show is also on here too, but still.
The horizon in Lego form.
PlayStation
Join
publishing.
machine hunter Aloy on a quest to save the world from an ancient evil.
Yeah.
Journey through lush landscapes. Dive deep into
It
the
looks like a
cauldrons.
Lego game.
Climb up onto tall necks and traverse other locations inspired by the original game. But be careful.
Original game for what?
Swarms of machines are lurking everywhere. Use an array of gadgets like blast boots and gravity bombs to hunt them down. From the nimble watchers to mighty sawtooths.
I don't know what you're
You might
talking
even come
about.
across the fearsome Thunderjaw. As you progress, you can help Aloy rebuild her home and customize her appearance with lots of outfits.
Yeah.
Oh, and you don't have to explore this vast wilderness alone. Team up with familiar faces from the world of Horizon in 2-player local or online co-op.
I'm only looking at this for the spectacle. I have no interest in playing this game. I'm not a big Lego fan.
Lego
At least not Lego
Horizon
game fan.
Adventures launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Yay.
A stray's journey begins.
I don't care. But you know what? I'll look at it anyway, just because I'm pretty sure some people out there are kind of shocked, if surprised, or maybe happy that this game is coming out. But I don't. It looks fine. It's just not looks like something I really care for right now. Bye, kitty.
Experience a decaying cyber city through the eyes of a cat separated from their family and friends. Explore alongside a drone known as B-12 to find your way home.
Anyone have a cat out there?
Carefully climb to the highest heights.
I feel like a lot of cat
Create
owners
new
absolutely
paths for
adore
yourself.
this game.
And stealthily squeeze into tight spaces. Think like a cat to make your way through the city.
You lick yourself for like
Careful.
30 minutes or something? I don't
Not
know.
everyone is excited to have you slinking around.
Why is that thing afraid of cats
Including
for?
hordes of hostile creatures ready to swarm. Keep exploring to venture into more areas of this unfamiliar world and make your way back to safety. Stray finds its way onto Nintendo Switch this holiday. Welcome home, Hobbit.
Yeah. We're not gonna look into that. Into essentially Hobbit Crossing. This
Investigate, interrogate, checkmate.
I have the trilogy on. I actually imported it because it's not the it's only digital in America, but so I had to get it from get it from import. I think I got it from Amazon if I'm not mistaken, but I have the physical now.
2 Ace
I love this
Attorney
series.
spin-off
Who
games,
doesn't?
including a sequel that was previously unreleased
Never got to play
outside
this.
of Japan, are coming to Nintendo Switch as one
Well,
collection.
for obvious reasons.
As the prolific prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, take the case out of the courtroom and investigate crime scenes. Gather information by interviewing people and inspecting evidence. Then use the power of logic to solve challenging cases. Enjoy all new hand-drawn character visuals from the original series character designer, or swap to the original sprites for a more classic look. Take a break from your investigation to explore the gallery, where you'll find character art, music, including orchestral arrangements, and more. Past and present collide as you uncover the truth at any cost.
Well, see, now I gotta figure. Oh wait, I gotta.
Ace Attorney
Please let this be.
Investigations Collection launches on Nintendo Switch September 6th.
Is this physical?
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I have to look into this. Otherwise, this is gonna bug the hell out of me. Is it physical? Do I have to import this? If I have to, I can try. But it's like, let's see. There we go. Let's see. What is it again? I forgot. God damn it! I forgot the name. Ace Attorney Investigations. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Is it physical? It is physical. Sweet. Awesome. I gotta pre-order that later. Okay, sorry. I was pre-ordering that. Sorry. Yeah, skip. Sorry for anybody who likes that, but I don't care. Romancing the Saga, I didn't know there was Romancing Saga 1. Let's just go to the main event. It's amazing that most of the playthroughs, or most of the fucking many other VTubers didn't seem to understand that this was Metroid. The second I saw Galactic Federation research, I was like Federation Force 2, let's go! I mean, I felt like they were gonna do 4, but you just never know. I'm just happy that it's here. I like the Metroid Prime series. This looks really nice too. I know a lot of people are like wondering, is this even on the Switch? But I don't know. Maybe it is. It could be. Maybe there's some untapped potential that Retro fucking found. I really wouldn't be that surprised. Like if there's any way for this is like probably the best way for the Switch to go out onto. And this guy, Psylux from fucking Hunters, holy shit! And those Metroids look extremely different from the normal ones. Apparently, people are theorizing they're Mocktroids. I think that's what they're called. They're obviously not real Metroids. I know he was at the end of Metroid Prime 3, like it's a secret ending. Metroid Prime 3, as well as in the ending for Federation Force for the 3 people who fucking played that game. So they did not let us on. They actually fucking kept consistent with the story. Holy shit. Bravo, Retro. Metroid Prime Echoes. Beyond. Metroid Prime 4 Echoes Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't think they gave us a solid date, did they? They just said next year, I believe. Yeah. So this could be anytime. Which makes me hope that if that's the case, then they're probably going to announce the next console, the Switch 2, I guess. It means it's backwards compatible. I really hope so. I don't want to have to fork my entire collection or just whatever. You know, having to switch between two of them.
First look at Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. After a very long time, we are finally able to share more information about this title. Release is planned for 2025, so please wait
Hopefully,
a little bit longer.
March.
We hope
That'd be
you're
good.
looking forward to Samus Aran's new adventure. That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
All right, that was like I said, they fucking won. Holy shit, there's a lot of fucking announcements. Obviously, Dragon Quest is what I'm really super into. Shit, just about every Nintendo first party thing. It's of course it's Nintendo. Nintendo, you can say what the fuck you want about Nintendo, and you may not be completely wrong, but at least they fucking put games out. They're a video game first and foremost. I mean, obviously, but at least I'm always with a Direct. There's at least something I want to play. I don't think there's ever been one I never wanted to not play anything. But yeah, I guess we'll move on. Just one last video, and I think we'll call it a stream. I know that's kind of obviously. I think I'm gonna save the game for tomorrow. But anyway, you probably noticed I kind of glossed over a lot of the RPGs because despite actually liking games like, say, like Dragon Quest, I do like a few handful of RPGs. But much like Scott DeWaz, I'm not the biggest RPG guy. There's like a few exceptions. So let's watch his little Christmas special. It's not really Christmassy, but it's more just him talking about RPGs. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Scott DeWaz. Christmas special. You're not an RPG guy. Well, you're not an RPG guy, Scott DeWaz. It's Christmas, but that's a weird name. Whatever. Fuck.
What are you doing? The funeral home's that way.
We're not going to a funeral. I knew that was the only way to get you in the car.
What the hell? I bought new shorts for that.
You've been going down a bad path lately.
How lately?
About the past 23 years, give or take.
I can't help what I did as a fetus. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can.
You took me from my apartment just to drive me back to my apartment?
Breaking and entering isn't as fun if you know what's happening.
Oh.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Your file says otherwise.
Listen, you're
race alcoholic.
Damn near human.
We just want to fix
Doesn't lie.
you. I would have to be mentally broken or not already castrated for you to do that. I'm good.
Oh, all right. How about you just open your Christmas present from this year?
Oh boy, I hope it's a snake.
Doesn't look snaky.
What the fuck?
Somebody shut him up with some duct tape.
On it.
Wait.
What the hell? What could possibly be wrong with me?
You're not an RPG guy.
I thought that was my race.
Nope, my bad. Got them mixed up.
For those wondering, I'm pretty much watching this because I was looking at Twitter and someone was talking shit about Donkey and Scott DeWaz, basically saying, "Oh, these people pretty much ruined like everyone's opinion on RPGs." I'm like, well, Scott doesn't really say he hates them; he just isn't into them. So I was kind of inspired to watch this. There's some amazing artwork here. Scott Wozniak. Those guys. There's Wendy's employee. Or Target employee. Wendy's employee is dead. Those guys. It's nice of him that he's actually able to get his friends in here to kind of play along and everything. Madden 18? Written, directed, and
Hey,
edited.
good
Goddamn.
news. We're not getting charged with kidnapping. I just got off the phone with the government, and we're on good terms.
Oh, tell them I said hi.
You know what, Rex? How about you go?
Scott's roommate of 9 months. I think that makes sense.
You're not my roommate.
I thought you knew.
Wait, what?
I don't know what RPGs are. I think you're being a little bitch about them.
Yeah, what are RPGs again?
I don't know, a gun?
Do I at least have a chance to explain myself?
This is America, so no.
This isn't America. This is Ohio.
It all started 23 years ago, the doctor said. It's not an RPG fan. Contrary to popular belief, I didn't always play video games, which is why there are no records of me prior to 03. This was the year I truly started playing video games, so pretty much the year I was truly born, which you know what that means. I'm a minor. I remember my first experiences with the medium being in the arcade.
There's one thing I would love is that Simpsons arcade game. I know they were selling it. They One Up had it, but I'm sorry, there's not a tangent. But One Up had the cabinet, but I looked into them and like apparently there's something wrong with like the button placement. I like Homer's is like a little bit too close to itself. Like it's too close to the stick and the buttons for Homer. So I was like, I saw it like super cheap, like at Best Buy. I think it was like 100 something, but it was already sold out. I figured I'll just buy it at that, and I'll try to see if I can DIY the fucking board anew. But obviously that didn't happen because they were sold out.
Oh, you go to the
maybe one
laundromat as
day.
a kid and you're a big fan of the dryer, but then as soon as you lay eyes on the Galaga in the corner, well, the laundry fandom lost a member. The classics, Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga, these were my favorites, so you know I'm fun at parties. My first video game experiences, and to this day, they're some of my most beloved titles. Sort of lame to say. Saying you love arcade games and your favorite is Pac-Man is like saying squares are my favorite boxes. Like, yeah, it's true, but who cares? It's such a basic answer. Anybody who hears you like arcade games wants to hear something more elaborate or obscure, but I'm not gonna say I give a shit about clacks for respect. I love those old Namco classics. They were and still are some of my favorite experiences. They're so simple and are pretty much the same song and dance every time you play them, but their gameplay never gets old. Around this time was when I discovered the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was hooked up at my grandma's house in the den area. I remember distinctly a goldfish cracker was lodged in the cartridge slot. Yeah, try it. It works. This was my cousin's old system, and he left it there alongside a shoebox full of games.
Not bad.
These are Human Teeth, Super Mario Brothers, and Duck Hunt. I easily played this one the most. Keep in mind, I really fucking hated ducks. Using the zapper gun was so cool, and swapping over to Super Mario Brothers let me live out my fantasy of looking at sewage-colored man.
It was my
Super Mario
sister's.
Brothers 3 was there too.
And that eventually became mine, even though the damn thing never really worked.
A game. Every time I play it, I discovered something new. Holy shit.
Oh,
Excite
wow,
Bike,
jump.
Ninja Turtles 1 and 3, and Kung Fu Heroes and
Nice.
Adventures of Bayou Billy because there always has to be a 7th. But I didn't want to be a movie, I wanted to be this. So I eventually received my other cousin's hand-me-down Sega Genesis Model 2. It came with
Lucky.
a cartridge of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I officially gave up on life. This opened a world of possibilities and closed another. I'm a video game owner now. Mom! Sonic the Hedgehog was the
you
first
don't know.
standalone video game I ever owned. I played it so much I couldn't get past the second zone. Me personally, I blame the controller. Why did I always play with butter in my hands? Eventually for my
As you do.
birthday, I received a purple Game Boy Advance, my first brand new game system. The game I got with it? Sadly, this was after my butter phase. Licensed kids games were a...
I never had a GB. Well, okay. I had a Game Boy SP, but I did not have a Game Boy Advance. I always wanted one because it looked really cool. But I got an SP of certain ways that I'm not going to get into. Because let's just say the person who owned it was not kind of an asshole. So, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
abundant, and I played them for all they were worth. However, I also had Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3, and Super Mario Advance 2 Super Mario World. This was my game. I played this to death. Until I get stuck at this one part where you finish a level and then the world map tells you to go fuck yourself. I love the world,
had no idea what to do.
power-ups, that sense of discovery. This was my first true video game love. Throughout that year, I got really into shapes, so for my next birthday, I got a GameCube alongside the Game Boy Player attachment, letting me play all my Game Boy games on the TV.
Probably the cheap
I
one.
mainly owned just licensed games for the console, but still adored it nonetheless.
Hit and run's
I had to
good.
go to my friend's house to play
Fine
actual
with me.
video games, like Pac-Man Fever. That Christmas, I received a blue Game Boy Advance SP and a colorblind diagnosis. A few years later, I snagged my cousin's PlayStation alongside a disc-only copy of Gran Turismo and the demo for Rascal. I didn't play this much. 2007, I got a Nintendo DS Lite, and by 2008, I got my Wii, and I played so much Wii Sports and Wii Play, Mario Galaxy, Smash Brothers Brawl, GoldenEye 007, Mario Kart Wii, WarioWare Smooth Moves, alongside discovering my love for the history of gaming. I could download classic titles with this system, even the ones I played at my grandma's house. There was no need for her anymore. That was roughly my childhood gaming experience.
Screw you, Grandma.
After this, while I still received some game systems as gifts, I was a lot more conscious of the stuff I wanted. I wasn't as dependent on whatever my parents thought I might like. I knew I wanted a Wii U because it was better than wanting meth, but I didn't even scratch the surface of all the Nintendo 64 I played at others' houses, each and every game I owned, and what they meant to me, how I played and couldn't get past the first level for dozens of hours of Frogger's Adventures on Game Boy Advance, a 40-minute long game.
I mean, you're most likely going to be appreciative of the ones you got growing up rather than the ones you bought for yourself, I guess. I don't, especially if you didn't have a lot. Like, I didn't have a lot of games growing up. You know, I would usually only get them like on my birthday or Christmas. Usually since I'm born in December 3rd, that kind of sometimes I get kind of screwed over, or my birthday present was my Christmas present. So, you know, Christmas, I wouldn't get anything really good, just clothes and the crap like that. It wasn't always like that, but you know, you always kind of, especially if it was a good game that you actually really wanted. So you kind of hold those more dear, I think near and dear now than you do like when you actually have a lot of money and you're able to buy that stuff on your own.
Hopefully this gave you a good idea as to what I was raised on, what games and consoles made me who I am today. Notice how Lufia 2 wasn't mentioned?
As your therapist, I think you should be open to more things, like RPGs and murder.
I've tried RPGs.
And I've tried murder. It doesn't count till you like it.
So what are RPGs again?
Isn't it a political party in Guinea?
Why are you so hell-bent on me being an RPG guy? You don't even know what RPGs are.
Yeah, I do.
Political party in Guinea.
We've been over this.
I always thought it was like a BLT, but for ranch peas and grapes.
Well, why did you...
Ranch peas.
Ugh. You all give me Xenoblade.
Well, that's an RPG? I didn't even know Xenoblade was pronounced like that. I thought we got you an enema.
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't shove this up your ass.
No! Based on my childhood gaming experiences, it should be fairly obvious I enjoy more arcadey games. Now, what does that mean? Outside of me being wrong, well, it doesn't mean it has to be from the arcade. More so, it retains elements of arcade gameplay. Look at Pac-Man, for example. I can all day. Quick reflexes, simple controls, easy to grasp concept. Anybody can pick it up and play, but very few can master it. Have you seen professional Pac-Man players? No,
Yes.
they live in the Vatican. The concepts at play here really matter to me. If a game is like this at all, I'm gonna sleep well that night. This is probably why platforming is my favorite genre of gaming. You run and jump. It can't get much simpler than that. To anybody who has an argument against that, my mom never got Tetris. Pong? My grandma said, what the f is that? But with platformers, I mean, they would 100% not be able to play them well, but they at least understand what you're supposed to do and the objective. It's just like life.
Simplistic and cute, basically. That's kind of what most people would buy for their kids. They're not going to buy like these over superly complicated games, especially if they look at a mature themed and whatnot. They're going to think, oh, they're not going to like that.
Get to the end. Running and jumping. There are an endless amount of things you can do with that. You can be a plumber, an evil plumber, a plumber's girlfriend. I value simplicity at face value, where like, oh, this is super easy to get, but when you dig deeper, you find all these elements that add up to the game being as good as it is. So just because my favorite genre is platformers doesn't mean I'll get sweaty for Leps World 2. No, you take games like Super Mario Galaxy, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Sonic Mania, Mega Man X, Celeste, you start playing them and immediately you're like, I get it. I understand how to play it, what to do, and why people give a shit. But then you start to notice amazing design details that went into all aspects of the gameplay, realizing, wow, this game is a masterclass of design. This affects that, and that can't be there without this. That's what turns an already great game into a masterpiece. I love the pick up and play nature of platformers. How you get instant gratification when you jump. You're like, wow, I did that. When you defeat an enemy, when you just barely cross a gap.
Super Meat Boy, holy crap. I was so fucking happy when I beat this game. This game is hard as balls, and I fucking was got such a sense of accomplishment when I beat this. And I had, well, at the time when I beat it on the 360, I had the little the achievement reward. You get like a Super Meat Boy next to your avatar. Like he walks around you and whatnot. It was really cute. I kind of wish I could have. I wanted to get the physical copy. I think it was a physical copy. It comes with like a Super Meat Boy plush, but I don't think it comes with the game. It comes with like the download, and I'm like, I don't know
rhythm to it all. It may be one of the most generic video game genres, like it's what I immediately think of when video game gets brought up, but I think it's for good reason. That doesn't mean I'm opposed to other genres. I love puzzle games for a lot of the same reasons. Rhythm games can be incredibly satisfying and addictive. Adventure games are a dream to get completely submerged in. Shooters I'm awful at, but they can be a blast.
Get to the fucking Xeno shit!
I don't like RPGs. Now, what is an RPG? Why would you ask me? Role-playing games are games where the player controls the actions of a character and or several party members immersed in some well-defined world.
Oh, so what does that make me?
An abuser.
Technically speaking, this genre definition can be linked to pretty much most games regardless of genre. Take any game. You are controlling the actions of a character.
But it's more because it's akin to what they were inspired by originally, and that's Dungeons and Dragons.
And are immersed in a well-defined world. The definition of an RPG can be a bit hazy. I've seen people call the fucking economy an RPG. But you can't fool me. RPG is just like a cloud. I know one when I see it. Oh, there's no debate. Let us go into some of the characteristics of traditional RPGs. Number 1, elf shit. Fantasy is generally the go-to genre of the genre. It kind of stems from the origins of video game RPGs, which were tabletop RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons. I'll stick to Yahtzee. Of course, an RPG can be set in any kind of world, but just like how puzzle games love the colored shape trope, fantasy is the go-to here. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some of my best friends are a fantasy.
So what's the big deal? I love fantasy.
Same.
Fantasy, put out 3 letters, I'm sold.
Yeah, it seems to me. You don't have much of an argument here.
Like Stalin.
Stalin fucking hated RPGs, but loved Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Good point. Great point. Yeah, yeah. Amazing point.
I get it. I get it now. Good point. Better point.
Yeah.
Better point.
It's not Blink Smash Geist or Burnout Crash, not Mario Party 6 or Ultra Smash, neither Clubhouse Games or Wii Fit Plus, nor Family Feud on SNES. The games I play, whether good or bad, have tropes in common. My favorite two dads. They may be rushed or plain or flawed, but they ain't RPGs. Oh, thank God. Are my tastes just bad? Am I the one to blame? Or is it RPGs that are dumb and lame?
No.
Why don't you play them? They just take so damn long to complete. Why
Not wrong.
don't you play the 60 hours just to rinse and repeat?
But you could grind for years just to beat that myself.
Why waste all this time on just one game? Why don't you play them?
I just don't like them. I just want to play stupid Nintendo games that aren't this stupid.
Why don't I like them? Okay. Turn-based battles and too much text. I'd rather be out not having sex than you clutter and useless stats. And random encounters can kiss my ass. No gameplay till hours in. Combat ready? How did I win? Same thing happens over again. And that their fun part comes up when I missed one thing and now I'm lost. That 1 inch of text really meant a lot. There's some shop with items I can't afford. So grind for money, you won't be bored. I'm tired, I'm scared, I'm not having fun. There's no other way this can be spun. What do I do? What do I check? It's an RPG. What did I expect? Why don't you play? They're so good though. Listen, guys. You can't have opinions. Why don't you play? They're not my style. Why don't you? Number 2. Wait your turn, fucker. The de facto setup for RPGs most think of is the.
Okay. I guess I'll talk a little bit about my first experience with RPGs, or JRPGs at least. My first JRPG, or RPG in general, was Final Fantasy VII. My friend, you know, he gave me he let me borrow his version for the PC, and I played it. I beat it. I got everything, and it's like I was able to get Vincent. I was able to get the Knights of the Round, doing all that crap for the fucking chocobos, so I can get to that little island to get the Knights of the Round. Doing the whole thing to get Omni Slash and whatnot, and holy crap, I didn't hate it. I mean, I even got Neo Bahamut. Then again, getting Neo Bahamut was a story in and of itself. I basically did that on accident. But I really wasn't. It wasn't bad. I just wasn't super into it, and I guess maybe in a way that kind of turned me off to RPG. I don't know. Tifa's hot, but I just wasn't really into this game. Honestly, it really wasn't until I played games like, say, Knights of the Old Republic that I actually really kind of liked that. I think I'm just not a JRPG guy, more than just an RPG guy, because I think I like more turn-based, more real time. Because but also kind of helped that I was KOTOR's Star Wars, and I like Star Wars at the time, at least. That's when I started liking those. Although I will say I absolutely do, like a lot of people, I love Chrono Trigger. I don't know. My mileage is kind of varies. I guess it depends if I really like how it looks and whatnot. Maybe the story's not too annoying or convoluted.
Turn-based RPG. I don't want to wait to be disappointed. This isn't a pregnancy. So let's look at how a turn-based RPG works. You're exploring this vast world and experiencing a story as it unfolds. That's the point of most RPGs, to create a
Oh, and of course Mario RPG and the Paper Mario games. I like those. Those are fun too.
universe that you want to get lost in. Tell a story unlike any other with some of the most memorable characters out there. This is why video games are such a popular medium to tell stories through. You are a character. This story is happening to you. Your friends in the game start to feel real if it's done right. Most role-playing games heavily depend on an engaging story. And of course, stories need conflict, so what happens when danger strikes? Well, I'm walking around enjoying myself thinking, what's next? Homicide. Here's a list of things I can do. I can attack. I usually perform some special ability like existence. Well, that didn't do a damn thing. Or just give up, run, bitch out, they don't care. So I select what I want to do. I watch the character do what I told them to do. Then it's the enemy's turn, because it's only fair. They attack, thanks. And now we're back to me. I'll probably attack again. Actually, it might be a good time to heal myself with some medicine. Good, I brought Dayquil. All right, and it's their turn again. They attack. And now we're back to me again. All right. Obviously, there's nothing...
I mean, I can understand why he would probably not like this. In essence, this can be kind of boring.
inherently wrong with turn-based battles. It's a time-tested gameplay style. If it was completely outdated and uninteresting, it would have been ripped out of games eons ago. There's a reason...
Well, it kind of already is.
Text-based
It's starting to get that way. Even like Final Fantasy has kind of gotten rid of it, more or less.
Games died out and their technology is being reused on Tinder. We still get turn-based battles in games constantly. They obviously work. There is depth here, and most video game players
There's a market for
like
it.
them. The biggest media franchise on the planet is Pokemon, and it's a turn-based RPG. It works.
Yeah.
But want to see why Scott's a fucking idiot?
I can see it!
So the point of a role-playing game is to make me feel as if I'm playing a role. If I'm supposed to be immersed as this character, why are battles set up like this? This is potentially the worst way to immerse me in an experience. When would my mortal enemy bat number 4 wait for me to pick an attack and then let her rip? Why would I give them a chance to hurt me? That's just counterproductive. In going through my list of attacks I can perform, it doesn't make me feel like I'm the one performing them. It feels like I'm commanding that character to do it. Turn-based combat almost feels at odds with the rest of what these games are trying to do. If it's trying to make me feel as if I am the character, going to the extent of having me name them myself, why are the battles like puppet shows? Well, I guess you could view RPGs as a performance. The origins of tabletop RPGs, you announce everything you're doing as if it's a book being written right there on the spot. So there's some showmanship to it all. It's a role-playing game. So
And
it's
Ni no
like these
Kuni,
are
I think?
actors taking on the roles of these characters. So again, why can I name this guy myself if I'm playing the role of him? Most of the time, the
You don't
actor doesn't
have
pick
to.
the character's name. I just don't feel like I'm doing anything in these battles. Clicking through a menu doesn't feel like I'm accomplishing anything, and landing a great attack, I just don't feel incredibly accomplished. I selected a menu option. I'll play Pac-Land for that, thank you. Taking turns just slow things down so much. Like, what is he waiting for? Just shoot me! To be fair, I mean, it does offer strategy. You have to sit and think sometimes. Like, how do I want this man to gut me? Not every game should have action-packed combat. It's good to have options. I just fucking hate this one. Out of all the games to have
Yeah, it's
a
understandable.
ton of enemy encounters, why do RPGs have them the most? They go on forever, and there's a million of them you have to go through, all against the same enemies over and over again. Think of everything you could do with all that time.
Nope, I got nothing.
And then there's the fact that many of these games have random encounters. All right, here we are, number 3. Oops. Oh, good. I try to make my way
They
from
kind of,
point
a lot of them have kind of stopped a little bit now. I know Dragon Quest doesn't really do this anymore. They've kind of, even like in the remake of 8 for the 3DS, you actually see the enemies on the terrain, and you can decide whether to run into them or not.
A to point B, but I'll randomly be forced to partake in a battle. I don't even see the enemies when I run into them. Like, what's the context of this happening? Oh, wow, here I am.
Hey.
Sure, it keeps you on your toes, but it's like, how often do I have to be on my toes? Man, this is
I
painful.
don't like this
It's
version.
like, yeah, it's a surprise. You always have to be ready for a battle, but on your way to a location, you can expect at least 2 or 3 random battles thrown in there. So at that point, it's not a surprise. I'm expecting it. Did these need to happen? Do they make the game better? No. But to be fair, lots of non-RPGs have random enemy placements that don't need to be there. Like, I could give a shit about your Goomba placement, but these random encounters happen out of nowhere. You don't even see where the enemies are. You just randomly get thrown thrown into a battle, you can easily avoid this, and when you're in the battle itself, it takes just as long as any standard battle in the game, battles that are required for progression.
Well, it's more fun to get shot by surprise than to know ahead of time.
Well, I guess random encounters are here because another big element of RPGs are experience points, leveling your character up from string cheese weak to being stronger than any being. I can do anything now. I can stomach playing Final Fantasy. Number 4, feeling like you did something today. Having a visual indication of just how much stronger you get after each and every battle is unbelievably satisfying. I think experience points, or EXP, make RPGs for people. You know just how long it takes to go through a whole battle with an ant. And that ant can kick your ass, like it puts up a fight. But then a few hours in, you level up and you're more powerful. You can one-shot kill those ants. Character development. I'm now better than ants. But you know what you have to do in so many of these games? You have to grind for your experience points.
I don't like this version. He keeps showing the, I guess, which is essentially the remastered version of 1, 2, and 3, and this is technically a port of the mobile version. I was really annoyed that they did this. I'm glad they're putting the 2D to 3D remake.
You have to wander around, get into random encounters, and just win a bunch of battles to level up before you progress. Of course, most of the time, you don't have to, but it's kinda necessary if you don't want to stain the carpet with your decapitated head. Grinding almost feels like I'm exploiting the game sometimes. Like, is this really how the game was designed? For me to walk around in circles for 2 hours doing nothing but getting into random battles fighting weak enemies to gain extra experience? I just killed snails for 20 minutes. I'm ready to take on Satan.
I think we have some more to say.
Well, okay. A lot of them basically kind of, because they want you to earn your victories, I guess. I think even Yuji Horii even said, like, you know, we want our games to kind of be like climbing a really steep mountain. You know, you keep climbing and yeah, you're going to mess up, but once you get there, you get, your reward is the beautiful view.
Employee?
He works at Target?
Oh yeah, big time.
I love his work. Did you see how stocked the shelves were today?
Oh yeah, I saw how stocked the shelves were today.
Oh yeah, Scott, you mostly knew my brother. He worked at Wendy's. He was a really good guy. Mostly dead nowadays.
Didn't he work at Wendy's?
He's talking. His dying wish was to see you play near replicant version 1.224744. I think he was having a seizure.
Sam, we care about you, man.
My foot's turning purple.
See, you lock yourself out of so many experiences saying you're not an RPG guy. That's the oldest excuse in the book.
Gets me out of jury duty.
What else am I supposed to say?
Why, yes, please. I'll take 1 Suikoden 4.
My parents went over that one.
What about the stories of these games? That's why you play them. So here we have number 5. Incredible, engaging, long-winded, weird-as-hell plots. Video games can house some of the greatest tales ever told, and it seemed like RPGs were the only way to tell those kind of stories years ago.
Granted, I can't really talk that much because I like Deadly Premonition, but, you know, still.
And I think
I still feel like that's a better plot to follow than, you know, fucking Final Fantasy VII.
Clear reason to make a story into a video game compared to
Or
just
most
a
Final
movie
Fantasy
or a book. It's the experience. There are tons of video game stories that are great. They would blow as a film. The stories of many iconic RPGs.
Well, there hasn't really been a good Final Fantasy movie, so he's not exactly wrong.
Out almost like they're a 4,000-page novel with stupid haircuts.
I don't care what you say, Advent Children was not good.
A lot of these stories are great with huge moments of emotion. Character deaths mean more because when you're doing turn-based battles, you often have multiple party members. If one of them died,
I don't know about that what's it called? Was it a Dragon Quest V that they did? They did a movie, I guess not a live action movie, a CGI animated version. I don't know if that was good or bad or not.
It stings that much more. It can be so much more effective than other mediums to tell the story. But then you have the other side of RPGs where I can't take this seriously. I am a prince talking to a mechanic. Okay.
I thought I'd adjust my speech here.
Yes.
Scott, the lack of RPGs you play is horrifying, and I've seen bees.
Oh, he means it.
To show how much we care, I have a surprise witness.
At an intervention?
I present to you
K-Swiss of Bankruptcy Patrol.
Oh my god, you got a white guy?
This is Scott's bank account without RPGs. Sure, he's buying them, but he's spending all his time playing and buying other games. If he sat down and played an RPG, he wouldn't have time to waste money on other games.
Well, at least I'm stimulating the economy.
If anything, you're doing immense damage to the economy. You're
What?
buying plenty of RPGs, but you have no actual interest in them. Companies think you want RPGs, so they make more, but when more RPGs are announced, you get annoyed and tell people not to play them. Without this issue, people who actually want to play RPGs buy them. Thus, supply and demand return to a renaissance, if you will. We call this issue the Scottless economy. With you actually playing RPGs, we call it an economy.
You son of a bitch! I love the economy!
Now we have one of the big ones. Number 6. These games never fucking end. My God, why do these take so long?
Yeah, not wrong.
Role-playing games are generally on the longer side of things. At the least, they can usually run you 20 hours from start to finish. As somebody who really just wants to experience as many video games as possible, why would I want to
Look,
play
that texture
one
popping.
50-hour game when I could
Ugh.
play 5 10-hour ones? I know many want games to be as long as possible. I saw people complain how Final Fantasy VII Remake was only 30 hours. My weekend's 48 hours. What am I going to do with that extra 18? I don't know. I personally get a little turned off when I hear how long a game is. I've never been a big, I better be able to squeeze this many hours out of a game kind of guy. But I totally understand if people are like
I
that. It's
mean,
just-
a lot of people want to get their money's worth. Simple.
I don't care if a game's 10 hours, that sounds like a pretty sweet length to me. But RPGs are so long because they have so many battles, and so many of those battles are the same things over and over again. It's just the amount of time I spend in these games, I don't feel it's justified. And then we have number 7. Sensory overload. What the fuck am I looking
Yeah,
at? Is this
Jesus.
really the least complicated they could have made this menu look? I want to get the Black Desert menu on my back.
That's probably why I don't play a lot of MMOs. I mean, I've played games like City of Heroes and the Neo Republic, and even then, those games can have a lot of sensory overload. And when I just want to fucking play a game, I just want to go and kill things. Leave me alone. But I gotta go do some other shit.
These games have such thick-ass menu systems with some menus and tutorials on how to use the menus, and honestly, fairly unnecessary user interfaces that overcomplicate what could be
The hell am
a
I looking
simple
at?
and intuitive experience.
I think I have something to say here.
Yeah, I do too. That's it.
I feel like you're really blocking yourself from experiences that will truly better your life and outlook on art as a whole. I wrote this when I thought we were still talking about guns.
Okay, what do you think about role-playing games?
Oh, just don't be a bitch. It is your place.
Yeah, I got a RPG delivery.
Yeah, why didn't you come earlier?
I work today. I love the economy.
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Oh, I deliver RPGs to at-risk youth. So they're going to be RPG guys. Here.
Huh?
This is Madden. Yeah.
Huh?
No! No!
Anybody want to rent the second room here?
What are you all RPGs too? RPGs can be fucking anything. I was talking to someone and they fucking catfished me.
Oh,
I've been only
shit.
talking about turn-based RPGs, but what about action RPGs, strategy RPGs, MMO RPGs, JRPGs, which is just if a role-playing game is made in Japan. That's it. Action RPGs are like, take out the turns and just make them just normal fights. Oh, hit this button to attack. Oh, thank God. I gotta say though, a lot of action RPGs just feel like hack and slashes or shooters with numbers. MMO RPGs, let's take this and pair it up
Yeah,
with
more or
a
less.
level. Look at these players online. These are my type of people. We all know how to use menus. Strategy RPGs, I got nothing.
I was gonna say,
These are all such different
I love Fire Emblem.
types of games, and so many games outside of RPGs have RPG elements. You can make an argument that any one of these games are RPGs. Madden, look at all these stats. How is this not an RPG? People constantly make the argument Zelda's an RPG. Sure, keep telling yourself that. It has
I think I remember like on an issue of Nintendo Power, they put RPG in an RPG, put it in an RPG category, but I was like, I don't really get it. I guess what, like when you get a heart, you level up. It's like, all right.
RPG elements, pretty much any of the sins I mentioned, and then some. I give up. I lost.
I guess I have to become an RPG guy, because if I don't, I can't enjoy anything.
Leap year this year.
It's December.
Oh, food's here.
What is this?
They're ribs.
I thought we were getting a corn dog.
These are nature's corn dogs.
I can't eat ribs. I'm not hungry. And vegan.
Oh, come on. Somebody has to. I ordered the economy size.
Woo! Yeah! Woohoo!
Let's start with a few that started it all. Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior originally over here in America.
Warrior.
Playing this now, it is so simple and basic, but there's a charm to it, and many of the systems we see in RPGs today, they're here in full force. It's weird to say a game like this has aged well, because it hasn't.
No.
But when you put it side by side to modern RPGs, you start to notice more similarities
Very
and differences.
like I said, even the original is very grindy. Like if you go, yeah, I would if you want to play that, I would suggest playing the Game Boy Color version, because it cuts out a lot of that grinding. You could probably beat it in an afternoon.
Dragon Quest has always been an RPG staple, primarily in Japan. Over here, it's not as celebrated. Come on, this is America. I like Mickey Mouse and fucking my wife. But Dragon Quest has always been there.
I wonder why that is too. Like it didn't sell. Like they even had it was even free with a subscription to Nintendo Power, I believe, at one point because like it just wasn't selling that well. Maybe because it was too grindy. I don't know. But it never picked up like it did Final Fantasy.
Surprised how many people I've run into who immediately recognizes the slime enemy from the series. The spin-offs are all over the place, like Dragon Quest Swords on Wii, which is pretty much a Dragon Quest game played in first person with a ton of automated movement and motion control combat.
Never played it.
You just swipe away at the enemies, and overall it feels like a Dragon Quest game for a fucking idiot. I love it. But of course, we have Dragon Quest XI-S, Echoes of...
I don't play the spin-offs, to be honest. I don't really care for them.
Of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition.
Rolls
Number
off the
8,
tongue.
ass-long titles. Oh my god. This game is so lovely. Like, it's just so...
Yeah, no, I love it.
Happy. Even when dark moments happen, this is just such a jolly world. These
Thank you,
characters' designs
Toriyama.
are so fun. I'm not a fan of more typical anime-esque designs, but with Dragon Quest, I like this style. It just feels so nice. The characters, the monsters, even the gameplay. Sure, the battles are more tedious than if it wasn't a traditional RPG, but it's not
Get 'em,
that
Sandy.
annoying. I like this game. I just don't want to spend 100 hours liking it. But then we have Final Fantasy, easily the most iconic RPG series. While Dragon Quest was far more traditional in terms of fantasy world with dragons, beat the evil, Final Fantasy continues to go all over the place. Again, this is a prince.
That might be one of the reasons I never got super into Final Fantasy. I mean, I played, what was it, 4 and 5? No, 5. Was it 4, 5, and 6? The one with Kane. And the other one were like with the Moogle on it. Whatever those two were that were on the SNES. Those are the ones I played. They're pretty fun. I like them a lot. Well, I like them enough. But like that, I played these like keep in mind like long after they were like the SNES was kind of done for, and I enjoyed them, but I just couldn't get into a lot of these. And 14, but you know, just I never got past Ed. I never started Endwalker. But it was that I did enjoy myself, but I don't know.
Each Final Fantasy is pretty much
These
completely
other
separate
games,
from the last, which
I
is
just
how we
couldn't
get
get
such
into.
game titles as Final Fantasy 13-2. The Final Fantasy game I played the most is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I like it, but like I said, action RPGs just don't feel like RPGs to me. They feel like hack and slash games with stats. This series hasn't always been turn-based, and that's not even counting junk like spin-offs. Final Fantasy 11 and 14 are MMORPGs. Am I the only one to find that bizarre that mainline numbered titles in the Final Fantasy series are MMOs? Like, why not make them their own designated spin-off series like Final Fantasy Online?
Do people still play 11? I've heard they do.
Right. 15 and 7 Remake are action RPGs. No turns here. This was done to give Final Fantasy more broad appeal and make it so a FIFA fan could play it. So I gotta be honest, I have a lot more fun with this gameplay style. But I almost feel patronized playing it, like I'm too dumb to enjoy the older games, so here's some flashier bullshit.
Yeah, is this stale pretzels? I'd like to place an order. Yeah, the stale pretzels.
Oh, get some ribs.
No, it's stale pretzels. All they have are stale pretzels.
No, if you ask, they'll make it for you.
Yeah, I'll do a side of pretzels.
It's kind of a weird way to say ribs.
My god, is this how he sounded to him?
Depends on how he pronounces ribs.
Of course, if you're more of a classic RPG guy, there are still tons of games releasing that are supposed to be direct
Yep.
callbacks to those older games. Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler. If you're not a fan of modern Final Fantasy, these games bring us back to a simpler, far slower time. Yeah, I'm not as into this. When you program a fast forward button into the base game, I feel like you could have just designed the gameplay to be more efficient. But god, Octopath...
Yeah, but it's an option. Some people like the
There isn't
I
any
guess
other
the slow
game that
pace of
looks
it.
quite like this. And the music! Kingdom Hearts answers the age-old question of what would happen when you put Final Fantasy and Disney together.
series I don't hate, but I have played, and it's not for me.
Actually, I don't know if it does or not. And all these games come courtesy of Square
Fun game.
Enix, your one-stop shop for RPGs. They've also released other iconic titles like Chrono Trigger and the Mana series, which is...
First time I played Chrono Trigger was on an emulator. Absolutely loved it.
It's interesting considering it was one of the few classic RPGs that went for an action approach comparative to turn-based. While I highly disagree on The Legend of Zelda being an RPG, at least one entry in the series is definitely one. Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Yeah.
You kill enemies to level yourself up in various departments. I like it. Zelda 2 gets a lot of flack, but it's honestly pretty enjoyable. And Nintendo's RPG series...
I think it's a little unfair too, because again, people need to realize like this is the second game. It's like it's still growing pains. You know, the Zelda series was not completely, I guess, what is the word? its place was not completely established, so obviously developers are going to have experiments and, you know, try different things. Just like with Nightmare on Elm Street 2, you know, got to put a horror game in there, a horror reference in there. Like, that movie is not bad. A lot of people do not like that movie, but it's not a bad movie. It's just that they were trying something different, and, you know, it didn't really turn out that well. But what's there is not bad. It's pretty cool. Earthbound.
Series. I mean,
I
we
played
have the
this a
Mother
little bit.
series or Earthbound, which this definitely helped many get into RPGs. Most games of this nature were fantasy, which has its fans, but Earthbound you were playing as a kid in a town. It made it stand out, and I think it helped many find more of an attachment with the genre. Now, Pokemon, on the other hand, can fuck right off.
Hey.
I've tried so many times, but I just can't get into Pokemon. I feel like I've 100% missed the boat on playing the franchise. If I played it as a kid, I feel like I'd find it easier to enjoy now. If I start the game, I just feel like it's a slog.
I mean, honestly, I really hope they never change this style. I'm okay with this. I think it is just because the animal, like, look, it's the Pokemon themselves. That's why, you know, catching them all. That's the shtick. Training them, you know, getting different stats. That's the big hook to these.
Like, I don't feel this sense of wonder. I just feel like I'm walking from point A to point B, mashing the A button to get through text boxes, fighting other Pokemon by, again, mashing the A button. At least turn-based works really...
I mean, you're not wrong, but again, he's kind of missing the point of collecting Pokemon, raising them, and whatnot. Especially the competitive nature is... The competitive aspect, obviously, is what's still keeping this series going.
well here in terms of immersion. You're not the Pokemon, you're commanding them what to do, which I think works much better contextually than most other RPGs. I want to like these games though, I just can't get into them. Same with the Xenoblade series. I'm so happy that this franchise went from not coming outside of Japan to here's a Smash Brothers character, multiple remasters and remakes, a sequel, another sequel, an expansion to the sequel. It's really
that is pretty cool. That this series, like, they had almost had no chance of coming out until that little I think it was Operation Rainfall. It was like the big petition to make this game come out, and it came out. It's been re-released multiple times, has sequels. Is doing really well, so I'm happy for that. I'm happy that while I don't care about this series, I'm glad that fans are able to finally play these.
Cool to see that, and I think the original Xenoblade is unbelievably impressive. Like, this world is in a Wii game. It's just not personally really my thing. But then you have Golden Sun. Definitely gives me Dragon Quest feelings of happiness. I
don't think I've ever
like
played
a lot
these.
about this.
No.
But then you have the beginner.
I played for I played them like maybe for a little bit, but I never got that far.
RPGs from Nintendo based on the Mario franchise.
Mhm.
Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi, Paper Mario. Many of these games actually make turn-based combat fun. They have action commands, which means, hey, pick an attack, then
And they're
time your
cute.
action just right by hitting a button at this exact moment. It's almost like a rhythm game. It keeps me involved and
They're very charming too.
entertained. Sure, some of the games are dog shit, but I think these games help tremendously in conveying the appeal of RPGs to those who don't play a ton of them. No matter how much you enjoy role-playing games, you have to admit, they aren't the easiest to jump into most of the time. You gotta wean yourself on a Mario RPG before you jump into Persona 5. Holy f***, this game is so stylish and cool. Listen to the music, the setting is so neat.
I think I've
Yeah.
become an RPG guy.
No,
And
I absolutely love Persona 4. I played first one was 5, and then I started going backwards and playing Persona 4. I absolutely love 4. I love these characters. I love the voice acting is so much fun. It's a very charming game. So I look forward to I do have 3. I haven't played it yet, but I want to play more of it. I want to get started on it. I never actually played it. I don't know why I say it. I'm thinking it's 3 and 4. I don't know why I got them mixed up for a second. I have played 4. I loved it. 3, I have not started. I need to.
myself. What am I? What have I become? I don't even use one of these. Ah! Oh!
Hello, my name is God.
Oh God.
God, I meet Jesus and a Target employee in the same week? You know, we should do something nice for him. Like to place a fling smash order?
Huh?
What do I want? Yeah, I'll go with fling smash this time.
Christ, it's been a busy day for us. 2 deliveries?
This economy's about to be the f***ing best.
So I thought you just delivered RPGs.
Well, RPG can mean a lot of different things. For example, like when you're really playing Gex. Hey, kid, you want a Gex?
No. I have to pay for it.
God, I want to the economy.
I just wanted to give you a formal warning on your recent performance as a human. You're really fucking it.
I don't want to fuck anything. What did I do wrong?
First off, that time you drank that water and made a face, fuck you. I make water.
Aw.
Second off, you're trying to be an RPG guy.
I thought that's what everybody wanted.
See, I crafted humanity to have the instinctive trait to not like RPGs.
Oh.
That's why cavemen never played them.
Then all of a sudden, evolution was like, fuck you. Here's Ogre Battle 64, Person of Lordly Caliber, the famous game that everybody loves. And ever since, we've had a bunch of mutants walking around playing RPGs.
So it's normal to not like RPGs?
It's normal to not like all kinds of things, whether it's RPGs or murder.
I never would have known.
Scott, Bubby, you know who you are and what you like and don't like. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not an RPG guy. You know this deep down, but that doesn't mean you should immediately denounce every RPG that you come across. Even though RPGs were never meant to be enjoyed, people like them for some reason. You should respect and understand that as much as they should respect and understand you. But even if you generally
Dude, this is the internet. What the hell are you talking about?
don't like something, giving it a try from time to time can open your eyes to great experiences you would have never had otherwise.
That's,
Can I add you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, that too. That's super. That's very, very, very sound, reasonable response.
I think I get it. I'm not an RPG guy.
Mm-hmm.
And sharks are just sexy fish at the end of the day. RPGs
Of course. That makes so much sense.
are my go-to genre, and that's okay, just like how everybody doesn't like platformers or sports games or first-person shooters or party games. My criticisms of RPGs were just opinions. They're the same reasons why people love RPGs, and that's okay! But that doesn't mean I can never like RPGs. I really like Dragon Quest, and some Final Fantasy games I like, and I'm just really happy that Xenoblade's doing well, and Persona 5 is really cool. No, I'm going too far.
Look.
This, this,
Aw.
this, this,
Yeah.
this,
Aw.
this,
Aw.
this,
I saw he got like two Mario RPGs.
this,
Two Mario
this,
Mario and Luigi
this,
games.
this, 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 this. Hey y'all,
Hi.
Scott here. I'm not an RPG guy, and I'm proud of who I am. No RPG is ever gonna make me anything otherwise. Damn it!
Ah, fuck. Okay, well, there you go. There, the lesson is, like what you like, guys. Who fucking cares? Even if you're not super into the genre, you can still like those games that are within that genre. Anyway, holy shit, it's almost 3 hours. And I guess I can hold off Celine's horrible night for tomorrow then. Unbearable night, whatever. I will, yeah. So yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow to play Celine's Unbearable Night. Apparently this game is really bad, so I actually we can dick around with that. But I will be, yeah, I guess, as I always say, I've been Joe. I thank anyone who stopped by very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a very good night.